333. R.I.P.P. Don P. PhD. Yeah. I said, R.I.P. TV. Tell a homie. Mob Deep Mondays, that's everyday, thoughty. It's all for the community. That's what P showed me. We lost without the unity. Where the fuck is the OGs? R.I.P.P. God bless the real. Only for the righteous. The rest will go to hell. Flipping through the book of Revelation. Figure it out. Transliterate the translation. Do it yourself. It's the last days. Life is a test and we in a cage. Concrete jungle. Everyday struggle. Fuck the pain. I'm on some HNIC shit. Hegelian 3 shit. If you don't know what I mean, you was never G. Real shit. R.I.P. Yo, P, play that beat back, 333. Burn some weed, repeat that. Shake me up a tuka pack, break me off a 20 piece. I'm gone, never looking back. Y'all can't talk to me. R.I.P. TV, tell a homie. Mob Deep Mondays, that's everyday, thoughty. It's all for the community. That's what P showed me. We lost without the unity. Where the fuck is the OGs? Like the weed, play some IMD for me. It's hell on earth for real, but y'all don't wanna see paper trail politics. All the shit was prophecy, strictly for the family. Peace to the prodigy. R.I.P.P. I sleep when it's time for me. Dope dreams bring the skizzy, pour the Hennessy. Searching for some inner peace, couple hundred G's. Deadly weapons and some weed just for you and me. R.I.P.P. I sleep when it's time for me. Dope dreams bring the skizzy, pour the Hennessy. Searching for some inner peace, couple hundred G's. Deadly weapons and some weed just for you and me. Yo.
Yo, what up, everybody, man? Welcome to the Dour Hour. If I am lacking my normal sense of energy and enthusiasm that I exude on a day-to-day basis, it's because I have a Class A thumper of a migraine pumping in my head right now. But I'm still here. So excuse if I don't open my eyes, or if I'm not that goddamn enthusiastic, or if you catch me in one of them days where I just start firing off on everything, because this one fucking hurts, man. I should not be doing anything right now, but I am a committed individual, and I have committed to doing this, so I'm here. Migraine or not, social media, you usually only get to see the best of what somebody has to offer you. We ain't do that here in the 333. I got a migraine, you're gonna feel this goddamn shit. You might not feel it, but you're gonna look on my face and be like, yo, man, Joe is really going through it right now. Because I am. Shit fucking hurts. Now, I have a vast resume of experience when it comes to migraines and cluster headaches, so I am more equipped to deal with it than most humans, but that doesn't mean this shit is cool. Or that it doesn't fucking piss me off, because today is a thumper. Like, painful. I imagine at some point during the day I will be completely incapacitated, but it is what it is. I persevere, and I continue to fight the good fight, because that's what's up. So, anyway, what up, everybody, man? Alberto times 20. You already know, homie. Billy Lines, what's good, G's? Yeah, I got a... You'll see it. You'll see the look of my face, and my personality is going to be a whole different version of myself. So you guys are going to get a first-hand look of who and what I am whenever this shit is fucking pumping through my goddamn brain. Now, the odd thing about this, being a lifelong migraine and cluster headache sufferer, I have been through probably almost every mental and cognitive test that you can have: brain scans, CTs, CAT scans, gamma, delta, and alpha wave measurements, brain activity scans, you name it, man. I've been through it all. And come to find out that my brain physically is a little bit different than most normal human beings, which is probably why I have so many goddamn migraines. So, through various testing regimens and whatnot, I have learned that my brain operates on over 90% gamma waves. There is no balance inside my head. It's not 50-50, 30-30-30. The gamma, alpha, and omega, delta, these things don't take over when necessary, like when you're sleeping or whatever. My shit is running on gamma waves above 90% of the time. Now, when I was at the neurologist and we got the test results back from this gamma wave test, he literally stopped what he was doing, told his secretary and his assistant to come into his office. They needed to see this shit. So he said, I've never seen anything like this before, not numbers this high. And I was like, so whatever, what the fuck does this mean? He said, well, this might explain all the headaches you got going on. You have such a high rate of activity going on in your brain. It's like it physically can't handle it sometimes. So he had a physics savant. I don't know if you guys know what a savant is, but this guy had... Lou Banger, what up, man? This guy had... basically, his brain allowed him to only do one thing, and that was physics at the highest possible level. And he was actually in the office, and they pulled up his results, and he was operating in around 84% gamma, and then they pulled mine up, and I crossed over 90%. And the doctor looked at me and was just like, I've never seen this before. It's kind of fucking cool. Eugene, what up, man? So, I mean, it's like there's a price to pay for this gift, right? This burden at that. IQ off the charts, brain functionality at one of the highest rates, percentage-wise, like at minimum top 5%. Cool. I can do math without I don't never have to do the calculations. The answers just pop up in my head. All this is awesome. But there's the trade-off. And sometimes that trade-off, it's not worth it. And today is going to be one of them days where I'm just like, I don't know if having heightened brain activity is worth this shit. Now, I think it's hilarious. Alejandro, what up, man? I think it's fucking hilarious. And Reyes, what up? Hilarious and ironic at the same time that my brain operates like this. So, what I'm to learn from what some of the doctors and tests have told me that, the gamma wave aspect is a heightened sense of creativity and things of that nature. So that's cool. But I don't know, man. I don't know. These headaches fucking suck, yo. It is what it is, though, man. It's part of who I am. It's part of the makeup. It's part of the reasons I would gravitated towards pain, because when I heard you could never feel my pain, I thought to myself, oh, I bet you P could never feel this pain. Well, realistically, I tend to only drink water and apple juice. And then every once in a while, I will drink an Arizona, and that's it. I don't drink soda. I don't consume excessive amounts of fake sugar. I don't consume fake food, because I've had headaches my entire life. Even when I was living on a farm and only consumed all natural things, the headaches were just part of who I am. Now, it doesn't help that I had a career in football that expanded all the way through high school and 4 years of college. That didn't help. These 15 documented concussions that I had during my playing career certainly do not help with what's going on. But I had migraines and cluster headaches before any concussion that I ever had, so it's a genetic thing. It is what it is, man. Everybody's got their own issues. Everybody goes through their own shit. So Yeah, homie, I've tried it all, Reyes. You're talking about a lifelong headache sufferer. Mr. Rob, what up, man? I find water, meditation, these things help. The elimination of fake sugars definitely helps. But when you have had repeated head trauma, like physical head trauma, man, there ain't a tincture on the planet that's going to fix that shit. And that's the price that you pay for playing football in America during the 90s. Because back in the 90s, you fucking rocked people. You literally were trying to take people out. Your head was a weapon. If you got a concussion, you got up and shook it off and didn't say a word to anybody. Because you ain't want to get taken off the field. Now, if you sneeze and they think you had a concussion, you're out for 6 weeks. So, I mean, shout out to the safety and whatnot and the evolution of safety in the game. Because CTE is real. And I will tell you one thing about CTE. The headaches that are involved during one of those runs are like nothing I've ever experienced in my life. So, fuck all that shit. What's up with everybody, man? What's up? So, I have decided as of yesterday, and it's probably why I got a headache, the devil's trying to fucking tempt me. I've decided as of yesterday that I will no longer be posting any negative shit on social media. Oh, anyway, yeah. We are all essentially products of our environment. And if I keep posting about pedophiles and child sacrifice and all these things, yes, it is raising awareness and making somebody who might not have known how the world actually works open their eyes. Well, I did that for an entire calendar year. And now I am choosing, instead of fomenting all the negativity, I am only going to post positive and dope shit. If you want to talk about all the conspiracy theories, that's what this is for. We can talk about all of it. I'm with it. But as far as, you know, putting people on to the demons and pedophiles and shit that exist, I'm not running from them. You guys should know this. This is, nobody came after me and was just like, you need to shut the fuck up about all this shit and chill. None of that happened, yo. I am making a conscious decision to create and spread as much positivity as possible instead of all the negativity that exists, because there is a mental war going on right now, and it is kicked into the highest gear. And the best way to fight in this war is not to sit there and expose the existence of the opposition. It's actually to oppose the opposition. So enough exposing them. You guys know about the pedos. You know how, you know the power structure, you know the Illuminist, you know all this shit. If you listen to P, you already know that I don't have to put you on no more about this shit. I do not. I literally, you know what it was, yo? That Danish cartoon with the children's show with the man with the extraordinary long dick and all that shit. That was it for me. That was it. That was the tipping point. That shit made me so mad that is allowed to exist that it gave me a fucking migraine. I've been suffering through it all day. So that shit right there made me shift my focus. I may have not got what I wanted out of that scenario, but I'm going to get what I need, which is a shift to the positive side instead of just constantly putting a microscope over top of the negative. It's time to shift over. So, yo, Paige, so here's the craziest thing, man. I had a fan. You know what? I'm not going to call them fans. I had a homie. Everybody in the community, we're all together, man. I had a homie hit me from Denmark. And he was just like, yo, it's worse than you know over here. So apparently in the Scandinavian countries, Denmark, the Netherlands, Sweden, Switzerland, they have basically normalized pedophilia. It's just a thing over there. It's on TV. Fucking, they're making children's shows about men with extraordinarily long dicks that perform amazing things. So all the kids be like, oh, thank you, amazing dick. Yo, I hate all this shit, man. It really pisses me off. It pissed me off so much that I'm deciding to shift what it is that we do. We did a year of awareness and education and letting you people know what's really fucking going on out here. And yesterday was the tipping point. Yesterday, Immortal Technique stated it the best. Yesterday was a noted day of terror in the world. Israel bombed Damascus. They fucking released these children's shows about guys with giant dicks. And then they allowed the theater of politics to occur yesterday where Duck Dynasty and Davy Crockett stormed the fourth most secure building in our country. You like what I said there? The fourth most secure. This is the fourth most secure building on our country. Literally all of it. And you allowed these 11 fucking rednecks. Now listen, I'm white and I'm from the country. And I'm going to use this term very judiciously. Those were fucking rednecks in the worst sense. So, you allowed these motherfucking Duck Dynasty rejects to storm the fourth most secure building in this country? I don't fucking believe you. Just another tool. Get all these social media pics. Get all this footage and show everybody that the white red tie supporting Americans are horrible, awful. Cut us down the middle and split us apart. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. And I'm done with it, man. I'm cool. They split us apart. It's time to bring us back together, y'all. So, anybody that wants to pop in on today's Dour Hour and talk about some dope shit, let me know what you got going on in your life. Anything you need some help with, some guidance, whatever. Send your email in the chat. I'll throw you a Zoom link and, we'll have a little discussion real quick. I did want to start the Beat Boutique tonight, but if I don't get rid of this headache, I'm not going to do it. Because in order to properly evaluate and assist people with their music, mixes, beats, whatever, I got to be in the right headspace, and today I am not on it. So, the other thing that's going on, Bitcoin's going to hit 40K today, I think. If not today, it'll happen tomorrow. So, it doesn't matter if you think it's too late to get in. If it's worth 40K now and it's going to be 100K by the end of the year, it's not too late. If you think it's too late, then you think it topped out. You think 40's the ceiling. And that's an ignorant take on it, considering that it's gone up over 1,100%. In the last few years, to be like, well, this is the cap, this is it, when it's gone from 20K to, it's almost doubled in the last month. So, you got Cash App, $5, $10, I don't give a fuck how much money it is, $1. Buy Bitcoin and just let it sit there. Watch what happens. In a week, it's going to be double or triple what it was. Even if you had $5, it'll turn into 10, and 10's better than 5 when you're talking about finances. And then, you can't sit there and be like, well, I missed out, it's too late. It's never too late. If I had that mindset, then I would never got into crypto, because I missed the first wave when Bitcoin was like 2 fucking cents. I'm like, oh man, I could have had like $1 trillion by now. Well, you can't move forward if you're constantly looking over your shoulder at what would have been. You're going to trip, walk into something. That's a theory of mine. So just fucking put your blinders on and keep moving forward. Cut your losses and just move. It's a lesson learned. It's a lesson learned. So, yeah, Lou, man, my advice to you, Cash App has the cheapest fees of any crypto purchasing application there is. Somebody sends you $5, $10 in Cash App, just buy Bitcoin. I don't give a fuck what the price is. There is no, oh man, I'm going to wait till it dips a little bit. Now, fuck that shit, dude. Get on it now, because it's only going to keep going up. Look, I haven't even checked it yet today to see what's popping. Yeah, dude, we're up to 39,400 today. It crossed 40,000 today. I told you it was going to. Yeah, Lou. Lou, send me your email and I'll send you a referral link that will give you $10 free in Bitcoin, and then you could just start with that. But yo, look at that. You see that peak? I know you can't really see the number, but $40,000, yo. Shit was $35,700 this morning. The shit went up $5,000 today. So even if you thought, oh man, I'm too late, yo, it went up. If you had a whole Bitcoin, you would have made $3,000 today already. It went up 8% just today. So no matter what you had, you threw $1 in there, you're going to make 8%. Throw $10 in there, you make it 8%. Throw $1 million in there, you made 8% today. So you can't look at crypto like I'm too late. You're not too late. We're still in the early adoption phase because banks and big institutions are just now getting on board. But if you don't get on it soon, it will be too late because these Fortune 500 companies and whatnot are literally buying everything they can. And, damn, man. I missed the dip on Chainlink. See, with the other coins, like the lighter ones, the less expensive ones, you kind of got to wait till the dip so you can buy low and get more leverage. But if you guys think that Bitcoin at $40,000 is too intimidating, even though you can buy as $1 if you want to. Lou, I'm into all types of things, baby. Just hit me, man. I am willing to give everybody as much advice on cryptocurrency as possible because the end of paper and fiat money will happen this year. This has been something that was written decades ago. I've known about the end of paper money for a long time, and it was just a matter of waiting until what infrastructure is going to take over, and it's cryptocurrency. And now cryptocurrency got so big that these financial institutions and governments themselves are all jumping in. It's undeniable. Bitcoin won. It's worth more than Berkshire Hathaway. I bet you Warren Buffett is fucking pissed because he said Bitcoin is rat poison and no one will ever invest in it. And now Bitcoin is worth more than his fucking company. So suck a dick, Warren Buffett. You're just old and shit. You wanted people to dump money into your fucking investment company so you can continue to get billions instead of people freeing themselves from financial constraints and jumping into this world. See? Fucking headache gets me going, yo. Anyway, get on your Bitcoin, everybody. There's other ones I fuck with. Chainlink is my second favorite one. VeChain, Ontology. There's a bunch of them out there, man. But Lou Banga, yeah, send me your email. You can DM me on IG, and then I'll start sending you info, man. I'm trying to put everybody on, man. Go get it. Go get it. If we would have done this earlier, we'd all be millionaires. You know what? Well, let's think in the future that we can all still hit that point off of this shit. I look at it like, yo, I put $1,000 into this over a year, and then it turns into $250,000. Well, I just bought a house for $1,000. That's how I look at shit. And it's going to happen. We crossed 40,000 today, people. They were saying it might hit 50,000 by the end of the year. This shit might hit 50K by the end of fucking January. The other odd thing that happened, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I kind of went off yesterday on pedos on social media, like I was going ham. YouTube broadcasted on its own twice yesterday. Started up a live stream and broadcasted the shit on its. I wasn't even sitting in this fucking room. And I come down and I sit down and fucking shit's live streaming. So, I don't think that's very coincidental at all. And it's cool with me. They can fucking record me all they want. They already know everything I'm about. D. Barry, I actually have a faucet that yeah, see, you saw that? Yeah, nah, see, it happened twice yesterday. Twice. Shit just started live streaming on its own. And I didn't even know it. Nah, it wasn't even accidental, son. I didn't even hit a button or anything. It just did it. And the fact that it happened twice is very suspicious on my end. It makes me look at it like, you motherfuckers. I might have said a little bit too much yesterday. So, yo, if that shit happens again, y'all, and you got my Instagram, just DM me on Instagram and let me know that shit happened so I can shut it off. because I had absolutely no idea yesterday. Now I'm going to be extremely vigilant about that shit, considering the things that I like to talk about. And it's not like as soon as the camera goes off that I'm a whole different type of human being. Nah, you can clearly see I'm exactly the fucking same. I talk about the same shits. I act exactly the same. I'm about this. I'm just a genuine human being. Yeah, man, it was really fucking weird, yo. It was really weird because in order for that shit to happen, not only does the YouTube streaming service have to be started up, but the software that I use to broadcast to YouTube had to be started up. And that means there's 2 separate applications that I have to begin the process on to live stream. And it just happened twice on its own. I see what you fuckers are doing. Yeah, you guys gotta let me know because clearly I had no fucking clue yesterday. What do I think about the Eminem and Snoop Dogg beef? I think Snoop's taking it a little bit personal. I think he just needs to chill. Like, it's fucking Eminem. No one's gonna out-rap Eminem. Hundreds of artists makes better music than Eminem. 4-Piece, what up? I'm not saying his songs are better than everyone or his albums are better than everyone, but you are not going to out-rap that dude. So, like Benzino trying to throw his hat into the fucking Eminem beef with Royce the 5'9" and whatnot. Eminem ended your rap career once already, you retard. And then Snoop, I think that's Snoop's ego playing the best of him because he wants people to respect him as a rapper instead of just being Snoop. Like, he's more known for being Snoop than he is a rapper because realistically Snoop is not that good of a rapper at all. Now, I love Snoop and I'll give him all the credit in the world. He is infinitely a better entertainer than almost every rapper that I've ever seen live. Snoop live shows are incredible. He is outrageously entertaining and he's a legend. Legendary. But, if you want to talk about MC skills, nah, Paige, you can use it on your phone. In fact, almost every single time that I do this and I have somebody pop in, it's usually they're on their phone on Zoom. So, yeah, man, I'm down to, it's the open forum, man. This is the Dour Hour. I don't know if there's anybody else that does this. I try to be innovative, man. I try to do shit. I'm about to send it to you right now, homie. I try to do shit that nobody else has done before. And it's crazy because a bigger entity will then go grab onto what you were doing and act like they were the ones that came up with it. The biggest one is Mike Dean doing live mixing sessions on YouTube. Yeah, Mike Dean, you're about a year and some change late on that, homie. I told you guys. I fucking told you guys. Watch them all get on board. Watch them all ditch IG Live and start doing YouTube shows. Watch them all start mixing live. It's all happening. I knew it would. That's what happens when you do shit first. Other people are going to see it and be like, it's a really good fucking idea. So, this year, what am I doing? I've come out with 3 things that I'm doing different this year. We meditate in the morning together. That's new. We do this, the Dour Hour, which nobody does. I don't know anybody who hosts an open forum podcast to where anybody can join the discussion. We'll talk about whatever. It don't fucking matter. People usually try to get guests that will perpetuate their reach and their audience. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. I want to know what's up with you guys. I want to know what's up with the people I fuck with. I'm not trying to impress anybody I don't know. At all. And then the live mixing, Pro Tools sessions live in HD quality. There we go. It amazes me that I live in the type of neighborhood that I do. Because trust me, it is not cheap by any means whatsoever. And there's so much goddamn fucking internet issues in this neighborhood. Like, I'm hardwired. Shit is directly wired into my computer from the source. And, just Zoom. It's the little blue thing. It's just Zoom. But, yeah, what the fuck. Anyway, yeah. Everybody who's getting on to mixing live on YouTube and exposing the secrets of their trade and whatnot, finally, you're welcome for the idea. And talking about welcome, it'll happen. It'll happen. I swear. It'll happen. I know it will. Alright, I just invited you for the video part. I know the first time anybody fucks with Zoom, it's like a little weird to figure out if you... There he goes. I don't think you got your mic on. It's still connecting to the audio. Give it 1 second. This is what happens when you're all the way up in Canada. See, it said you did not connect to the audio, so try that again. Yo, Paige, I'm going to remove you and then jump back in and make sure on your phone that your mic is not proprietary. You don't have another app open that would use your mic. So yeah, hop back in and make sure that Zoom is the first in line of apps for your mic. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's all proprietary. Says still no connection to audio. What the fuck's going on, homie? Alright, you'll figure it out. It takes a second. You'll figure it out, and I'm just going to keep pontificating about nothing. It's in there. I swear to God, dude. The first time anybody fucks with the Zoom, it's always so weird to get both the video and the audio to connect properly. And then after that, it's just like it always connects. So, yeah, man. Anybody wants to hop in the Zoom, man, get Zoom, download it, and then shoot me an email real quick. And we'll talk about what the fuck is going on with you. Because what's going on with me is a motherfucking banger of a headache. I bet you my eyes are gray today. Usually when I have headaches, they are. And the reason that I said that is, yes, my eyes do change color. No, I am not the only one. Nobody knows, for those of us whose eyes change colors, why. Some people say it's mood, diet, whatever clothes you're wearing, all types of theories and whatnot. I don't know, man. I know that it goes between blue, shades of green, and gray randomly, and any combination in between. And I will tell you, when my eyes are gray, man, I kind of have to stay inside by myself. For many reasons, and usually one of them is because a headache is usually attached to gray eyes. It's fucking weird, right? Yeah, Paige, don't worry about it, dude. It's weird. It's weird. You might have to go in the Zoom settings, like the settings in the application itself, and give Zoom, allow it access to your microphone and audio. I think that's what you have to do first. I should really find a better... Oh, shit, my bad. Do it again, dude. I should really find a better web seminar hosting application besides Zoom. But I just wanted to use Zoom because it's the biggest one. So... I figured it'd be easiest for everybody. It's kind of like YouTube. I chose YouTube as the streaming service that I was going to build off of because it's the biggest one. So, why wouldn't you go to where the biggest reach possible is, I guess? I don't fucking know, man. Infamous, what up, homie? I mean, it's the Dour Hour, man. It's fucking just talking and smoking weed, man. It's what we do. Trying to figure out how we attack this day and whatnot. And it seems, fuck, my head hurts. It seems that our daily Dour Hour discussion, at least part of it, is always about crypto. And I'm going to keep espousing crypto until everybody gets on, because financial independency is key. If you are not beholden to anyone or anything to support yourself, you have won. Roger Harper, what up, man? Columbus, Ohio, in the building. I take it that you are an Ohio State fan, then. Yeah, Emmanuel, wait until Tesla decides which blockchain they want to use. Whichever one it is going to go through the goddamn stratosphere. And I think it's going to be Chainlink. So, Elon Musk has been hanging out with Larry Ellison lately. And Larry Ellison is the CEO of Oracle. Oh, Roger Harper, what up, homie? I played college football too, homie. Not at Ohio State, though. That's for sure. So, it keeps saying you can't connect the audio. What the fuck is going on, son? Yo, take out the headphones and just unconnect the headphones and see if you can. It'll rock through the speaker. We'll figure it out. I do this every goddamn day anyway. We'll figure it out, homie. Roger Harper, do you have Zoom? Because you played at Ohio State and I want to have a discussion with you, man, because I am a football head, and if you didn't know, I also host a NFL podcast on Tuesdays called Gray Matter, where we basically do the same thing that we're doing now. I smoke weed and we talk about NFL football because I am a football fanatic. I grew up in West Virginia, Roger Harper, literally on the Ohio River, so that whole West Virginia, Ohio, yeah. Send me your email, man. I want to have a football discussion right now. I got some questions about Ohio State, about your time and experience at Ohio State. I need some knowledge because I hate Ohio State based off of growing up in West Virginia. So maybe you can convince me otherwise. I'm going to give you the opportunity to make me not hate Ohio State. This is a rarity, dude. Type in your email and I'll send you the link, dude. This would be interesting because nothing against you, homie. As you understand, it's a sports thing and it's a regional thing. I fucking hate Ohio State. It's not, dude, it's Ohio State and West Virginia never played each other either. It's not even like it's a rivalry thing. It's just the fact that everybody in Ohio, even though I lived right across the river and I could see their goddamn houses, I could see their fucking houses, and they were calling me a redneck and asked me if I fuck animals and, like, sleep with my sister and shit. I'm just like, dude, I beg your cheerleaders. Like, what the fuck? All right, Roger, I just sent it to you. It'll be there in probably like 30 to 45 seconds. This will be interesting. I have never got to actually have a conversation with an Ohio State Buckeye. Emmanuel, watch the Patriots. They're going to make a move. Or they're going to bump up because they got like the 7th or 8th pick this year, I think. The Patriots are going to make a move because they have some draft capital, as they always do. And I think the Patriots might make a move for Justin Fields, man. Because Trevor Lawrence is going to the Jags. Let's be realistic here. They'd be retarded to pass on Trevor Lawrence. Like, you're just retarded. There aren't very many once-in-a-generational talents. Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, Trevor Lawrence. Like, Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck worked out pretty well. Andrew Luck had a bunch of injuries, but the talent on the field was undeniable. Trevor Lawrence is a generational talent. And I don't even like Clemson. I don't like his hair. I don't like watching him play, but I know what I see. Now, the crazy thing is Justin Herbert is a generational talent, and none of us knew it. The people at Oregon didn't even know that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dour Hour.
Thanks, Joe. What's happening?
I'm chilling, man. This is the first time I've ever talked to an actual Ohio State Buckeye.
Well, you talking to one now, brother.
Yo, that's incredible, man. Congratulations to you. That means you must have been pretty fucking good at football.
Well, yeah, my earlier years, yeah.
You don't go to Ohio State and not be good. It's impossible.
Well, yeah, that's true. They recruit some good guys.
Dude, their entire roster is all 5-star recruits and blue-chip athletes. It's incredible. Like, the 5th-string linebacker is a 5-star recruit.
I know. We were just talking about today. We keep guys on the bench. We keep them on the bench. As soon as somebody's gone, it's next man up.
You know, it's essentially like Alabama used to be, because for about 10 years with Alabama, you didn't even have to start there. You were getting drafted in the NFL. What? You're a backup D lineman at Alabama? Yeah, whatever. Come on, we got you.
Yep, for sure.
And now Ohio State is taking over that mantle, dude. Like, if you go to Ohio State, I'm going to the NFL, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to the recruiting. I mean, I grew up in West Virginia, dude, so I understand Ohio high school football is a very serious thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my cousin, I got a cousin that played for West Virginia, Barrett Green. That was a while ago. He ended up getting drafted by the Giants.
I remember Barrett Green. I'm a football head, dude. I'm a real football head.
That's what's up.
Well, thanks for popping in, homie, man. I got some questions.
Listen, I'm always popping in, man. I appreciate your meditation session that you do, man. That was nice.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. I'm doing it every morning. It's the only thing with the meditation is usually all the shows that I do are all at a set time. The meditation's whatever the fuck I wake up.
I know that's right. I was right there with you, bro. I work out early in the morning, so I tuned in when you chimed in, so I was right there with you, bro.
Well, the good thing about the meditation is I'm not playing any Mobb Deep copywritten music on it, so YouTube doesn't ban those videos. So whenever somebody wakes up, just meditate for the day.
Hey, meditation is good always.
Yeah, I'm starting it out, or I'm trying to walk everybody through it. 100 breaths is a good way to start, and then eventually we will transition into, maybe an hour a day.
Oh, okay.
Once we can really, because with meditation, in the beginning, it's impossible to clear your mind.
Oh yeah, at the beginning, you got to relax and just.
And then everybody gets frustrated because they can't clear their mind, and then all of a sudden they're just like, it's not for me. Well, now you just got to get through that.
For sure. You see that picture right there with me and one of the greatest running backs in history. That's when I played with the Atlanta Falcons right there.
Oh my God, you made it to the league too, homie? Oh shit.
You see Barry Sanders right there, don't you?
Yeah, let me ask you something. Did you make that tackle?
Of course, man.
Good.
I didn't make no highlights.
Good. Well, I mean, if Barry Sanders broke my ankle, I'd have him sign the cast, dude. It's Barry Sanders.
I know that's right.
How many years did you play in the league?
I played 5 years, man. I broke my arm twice.
That's
against the Saints and then against the Houston Oilers at the time.
I'm guessing 47. You were a safety or a strong safety?
Yeah, I played safety and free safety, strong safety and free safety.
So, what's your most memorable? This is so awesome, dude. I really appreciate this conversation. Fuck the Ohio State talk. No disrespect to Ohio State. Now let's move on to the NFL because I don't even like college football that much. I'm an NFL head. Like, I'm strictly about the best of the best on the planet. I just want to watch the elite play, right? So,
right.
What's your most memorable NFL moment?
I made Jerry Rice fumble.
Oh, fuck yeah!
So I got some nice little highlights, but I had a short career. Broke my arm twice. I played for. I was drafted by the Falcons, and then traded to the Cowboys. Deion Sanders is my good friend, so I was able to play with him and a lot of legends.
That's incredible, dude.
Hall of Famers.
That's incredible because being a little white kid from the mountains of West Virginia, I wore a bandana under my helmet just because of Deion Sanders. I wanted the little ties to hang out the back. I just thought it looked cool.
Hey, that's what's up, bro. Hey, Deion was a legend, man. I'm privileged to play with that guy.
Yeah, that's incredible, dude. So is the story of his combine 40 true?
Yes, it is. He was fast as hell. He ran like a deer. If you've seen a deer run, I hunt too. So if you've ever seen a deer just run, take off, that's how he ran.
Yeah, you know what?
Swift and fast.
People underestimate the actual speed in person. Like you see it on TV, and that speed is gauged against other humans. So they're all moving in almost harmony at different rates of speed, right? So they don't actually look that fast until you see them in person and you see how much ground they're covering.
Exactly.
Did Deion Sanders' feet even touch the ground when he ran?
Barely. You hear me? Barely.
That's what, dude. So for those of you who don't know, this is a legendary combine story. All right, Deion Sanders is so fucking dope that instead of participating in any of the combine, he flew on a private jet, took a limo from the airport, showed up at the combine, walked in, ran his 40 once, and didn't even stop to see what time it is. Ran right out the building, right to the fucking limo, hopped right back on the jet, and went right back to where he was going. True fucking story. That is.
Yes, it did.
And he ran a 4.2. Like, what the fuck? No warming up, no nothing. A 4.2? What?
Yeah, definitely ran a 4.2. He was a fast guy.
I mean, yo, Roger, I ran a 4.36 in college. I could move. The difference between a 4.2 and a 4.36, mine will be half of a football field, for Christ's sakes.
Damn, you ran a 4.3. I ran a 4.4. You was moving there.
Yeah, man, I'm short. I got short legs. I can get up to top speed really quick.
Would you play receiver?
Nah, see, here's the funny part, dude. I played corner.
Oh, wow.
How many white corners do you see, man?
Not since Jason
Sehorn was the last one. And then, you know what? Actually, WVU had a white corner for about 2 years that could really play, but he just wasn't fast enough for the league.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, nah, man, I always like to do things that are unexpected. So I actually went to college, recruited as a slot receiver, and then within 2 weeks of camp, I switched over to corner and ended up being a starting punt returner and playing corner, which was hilarious because, dude, I'm 5'7". There were receivers that I played against that were like 6'7".
Damn, I believe it. Michael Irvin started that big receiver era.
Man, I used to hate being on the goal line against those goddamn people. It's just like, I got a 40-inch vertical, but he's 6'7". I don't even think I could reach the top of his hands if he puts them up.
All they got to do is box you out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but, dude, that's fucking awesome. So what was your favorite NFL franchise to be a part of?
Probably the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, tell me why, because, if you don't like the Cowboys, then you hate the Cowboys. That's how it works.
Well, it was America's team when I was playing in the 90s, so it was better than playing in Atlanta. And when we went to different cities and played, we would have more fans at the visitor team stadium than the home team would have. So that was a great experience. And again, I played with a bunch of legends: Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders, of course, Leon Lett.
So do you got a Super Bowl ring?
You know what? I came the year after, man. I was in Atlanta when they won that.
Okay. I was going to say, if you're with that whole group, man, that looks like Super Bowl titles.
Yep. I played with those guys, but we missed it, man. We went to the playoffs a couple of times, but we didn't make it.
Dude, that's fucking incredible that you got to be around. Isn't it fun to be around people who succeed at that level? To see them put in the work combined with their skill set, because people don't understand. When you reach the highest levels, you have some people who outworked everyone to get there because they don't necessarily have that many skills, right? And especially with football, they might not be big enough, like me, right?
Yep.
And then you had
You know what was awesome? I'm impressed that you got to build with Prodigy the way you are. Prodigy put me on to so much knowledge, man. I was hurt when he passed away. So
Yeah, man, that's why I'm
I
just
was
trying to hold it down for P, man. Why he's not here, man. I'm just going to keep the positivity and the knowledge going, because you're not going to erase this knowledge. You don't have. It's not going to happen, because every seed that I plant is another tree that will grow, and I don't have to worry about sitting under the shades of its leaves, because I know it's going to grow, and I can just keep moving forward.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let me ask you a question about that trilogy, that 3-part album off that first album. If he got are those 2 parts coming back? Are they coming out with that or what?
Yeah, of course. It is my life's mission to ensure that the other 2 books do come out.
Oh man, please! I'm waiting. I heard him talking about that Test Tube Baby song. I want to hear that. You know about that one, don't you?
Oh, well, of course I do. So the funny thing is, man, what's not funny is, just wait, man. Just wait until, because, all right, so it's going to be funny, and I try to explain to people, since it is a 3-part series, and we did study the trilogies ahead of us, not just musically, but also in movie, right? So it was really like we spent 2 years just crafting the idea and the foundation. And
wow.
There wasn't a single aspect that we did not think about. No question was unasked. We tried to cover every single aspect. And in doing so, I'm going back and I'm watching Back to the Future, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, all these successful trilogies, like the huge ones from our time period, right? And every single one of them is like, you have the first one that is groundbreaking, that is like shit that no one's ever seen before, and it's just like, what the fuck universe did we just find ourselves into?
Exactly.
And then you go with the second one, and if you look at every single one of those trilogies, the second one is always the one where people are like, wasn't like the other ones. I don't know if I really like it. But then you have that other faction who like, this is the greatest shit ever. The second one is always the setup for the third.
Yeah, I feel you. I can't wait, man.
I mean, it's not like it's not going to be amazing. But
hey, I know Prodigy was I seen him grow and just had that knowledge, so, and his words, the way he put that stuff out, man, it just made you understand,
Well, that's why I always told Pete from the first day I met him, like, we have to do this album. You're the only one who can do it. You're the only one who can talk about this and have it make sense. Everyone else who does it, it's more like you're being lectured to, or it's too heavy-handed. The knowledge is too heavy, and that's one thing about, all right, so ancient religious text. I think religion would be a lot easier for people to understand if it were updated under modern day environments and sensibilities, because even the language barrier itself, just reading these ancient languages, creates this huge barrier into interpretation, because it is interpretation. You don't know what the fuck that actually meant 3,000 years ago.
Exactly.
Exactly. What is a chariot of fire? Is that a spaceship? Is that a comet? Like, what did you see? We don't know.
Exactly.
We don't even know what words that they would use commonly to describe things. Like, everything's been changed and distorted. So it was just like, yo, P, you have to do it because you put it in a way that people understand.
He definitely did, for sure.
And well, that's how it became three albums instead of just one. Because when P had originally started with the idea, it was, you got to put an album that has a couple songs that appeals to every part of your fan base.
Uh-huh.
You got the party songs and the gangster songs, and then the knowledge and the power.
Yeah.
And that's P. He was a
trilogy.
Yeah, he was a trilogy within himself. 3 different artists within one. And
a prophet. I call him a prophet, man.
So once we started to accumulate all this music, I was looking at it and I was like, dude, we have so many songs that are dope right now that you could do 3 separate albums and do one of each thing instead of having to jam them all into one. And he was just like, I don't even think he actually responded verbally. It was just like the look. He was just like, oh shit. And then that's how it was born. And it became a three album project. And the funny thing is, we didn't have a name for it for months.
Damn.
Months. P looked for months. And I will give him, that is all him. I did nothing for the title. Nothing. I give credit where credit is due. And the story always is the same. I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5. He was in the studio in the next room. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he pops his head in and he goes, Hegelian dialectic. And I looked at him. I said, "What
wow.
I said, "What the fuck is that, dude?" And he,
I bought that Huygens dialect book, man, just because of him.
yeah. And I was just like, "Yo, what the hell is that?" And he said, "Exactly. If you of all people don't even know what that is, then nobody's going to, and it's going to make them go look it up." I was like,
Exactly.
And then when I found out what it actually was, I was just like, oh wow, we're really going to be able to put together something different, like way different.
Yeah, that was way different.
So I will tell you, the setup is dope, man. The setup is dope. It's P. The songs are incredible. The production is off the fucking. It's different, but.
And you awesome producer too, man. You be doing your shit.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's funny because when you're younger, and with football. When you're younger, it's just like, yo, everyone look at me. Every tackle you make sure the announcer saw that it was your number that made it, right? You want them to say that name and number over the thing because you're trying to make it somewhere, right?
For sure.
And then eventually, once you actually do make it, you don't give a fuck about any of that shit anymore.
Yeah.
And it actually,
you get to a point,
it actually feels kind of weird when people are just like, oh, I was just having this conversation with someone, and I love it, man. It's incredible. And but when somebody asks me to autograph something, dude, it's really weird. I don't even know how to sign Joe the engineer. I know how to sign my government name, and I always have to.
I know that's right.
I always have to pause and be like, well, how the fuck do I do this so that the next time I do it, it's going to look the same.
Yeah.
It's really odd, man. I really appreciate it, but it's odd to have people be like, yo, man, I'm a fan. It's like, I worked for so long trying to get fans and a following and whatnot and not have it happen that I completely, I stopped caring about all that. And it was just like, whatever, let's just go make some dope fucking music. And I ended up with P, and then none of that shit mattered anymore anyway.
Yep, you're right, man. But you got a following here, man. I turned you on a bunch of my cats.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I'm just trying to not only just keep P and Mobb Deep going, but just the knowledge and the positivity. That's one thing that P was really about. Was he was so innovative. He was always ahead of the curve. And
oh yeah.
I like to be this. I like to be the same way, and that's why I really do. Every episode, every time I get a chance, I try to put everybody on to crypto. Let's go, people. Let's get it.
Yeah. I feel you, man. I seen him when he came to town a few times. I even tried to pass him a bag. He was like, "Nah, bro." He told me he was cool.
Yeah, no, he went through
really?
Yeah, he went through a long time period where he didn't smoke cigarettes, weed, drink, none of that shit, dude. And actually, during that time period is when H&IC and I believe it was Murder Music were created.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, he told me he wasn't messing around right now. I was like, damn, for real. He's like, yeah. He was like, I was like, really? Yeah, I couldn't believe because he talks a lot in this music, and I was just trying to bless him and shit.
Yeah, of course. What's funny though? Well, I always say it's funny. It's more poetic since it was P.
Yeah.
Is at the end of his career. So I linked up with P literally day one out of prison. Well, I met him before then, and I was like, yo, you're going to prison, I'm going to prison. I'm gonna lock myself in the studio until you get out. And it happened, right? So day one of him getting out. From then on, it was a whole different P because there was no partying, hanging out after the show. There were no girls, no groupies, none of that shit. It was, we're off the stage. We would literally walk off the stage and go right to the fucking car and go home. Now, if we were going to go out afterwards, we'd go home, rally up, get the troops together, and get a game plan together, right? There was never any, and he always told me, he's like, yo, once I got the demon, the jinn, the shadow that was living inside of me out when I was in prison, I was able to reflect back and think that every single time after a show or whatnot, when I was touring the world and I would fuck with some groupie or some low energy, demon out there, I'd always have a sickle cell attack.
Damn. That's real shit right there, bro.
And he was just like, yo, once I realized that that was it. And he was moving on a whole different wave. And it's crazy. That's when I came to the picture. When he had changed his mindset and all this is when I showed up, because he told me a story once that he was walking through Manhattan and a religious guru of some sort, long beard, beads in the beard,
Wow.
like he knew they were like different, just grabbed him and looked him in the eyes and said, everything you need will be brought to you. And then let him walk away. And I looked at him, I said, yo, P, how the fuck you think I ended up here, dude?
Wow.
And he looked.
That's a testimony right there, bro.
Yeah, he was just like, word. I was like, yo, the path was laid out in front of me, dude. I just walked on it and it led me right to you. So here we are. Let's do this. And we were off and running from there, man.
Wow, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. I like to keep in touch with you, man, for real.
Yo, anytime, man. You know what? I try to make myself.
The email you sent me, that's your email?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I try to be an accessible human being, man. My mom always said that if you do more for others than you do for yourself, everything will work itself out. And I've always lived by that, man. Knowledge is not to be hidden. I hate the power structure, the pyramid thing where the layer below doesn't know anything about the layer above. And you have to reach certain levels to gain access to this knowledge, or you're not deemed. Fuck all that shit. I'm Matrix, man. There are no rules. There are no boundaries.
That's right. There's no boundaries. Unlimited.
Nah, so I'm always willing to, give advice, help people out. I don't care, man. I'm just trying to, like I say, leave a positive imprint on this earth when I walk. That's the goal.
Hey, man, same here, bro. Same here.
Plus, man, I could talk about football all goddamn day, dude. I can go off, man. I am a football head. That's it. I actually don't even watch any other sports. I just watch NFL football. That's it.
Wow. Well, I'm a Boston Celtics fan.
Where are you from?
I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, yeah, you said that's Columbus. So, did you grow up a Browns fan?
Nope, I grew up a Steelers fan.
Oh, traitorous.
But when I got to the league, I let it all go. I don't have a team now. I just got players. I like players.
I was just about to ask you, since you played for multiple franchises, is there one that you identify with? Like, yeah, that's my squad.
Nah. I do rep and wear my Falcons gear and Dallas Cowboy gear sometimes, but I don't have a favorite team. I kind of like to see my teams lose or something, because it's a dirty business, that NFL,
Yo, yeah, I work in the music industry. Your industry is absolutely cutthroat.
Yeah, very cutthroat. So I left the game bitter, and it was all good. I got a pension coming, so it's all good. I got my pension. That's all.
Oh, how many years do you have to play to get your pension?
Well, it changes. I played 5, but you get 4 to get your pension.
Good for you, dude. Good for you, because I know, and for those of you who don't know, the average NFL career is only 2.5 years. Exactly. It's actually 2.3 if you want to be really specific about it.
Exactly.
And you have to understand that's the average. So you look at all these veterans who you see a 10, 12, 13, and now in modern day NFL, 15-year career, average that 15 years, and in order for it to get down to 2.3, that means there is an unlimited players who were in the league for 1 year. A half a year, training camp, nothing.
And I was lucky, man. I broke my forearm twice against the Saints and then against the Oilers, like I told you.
Yeah, no, so an example of how cutthroat the NFL is, so that you don't have to share your own story. So I'm in college, right? Switch over to corner. I was second string corner. The guy who started in front of me, Donnell Anglin, was about 6'1", 220 something at corner. We had what we called the Donnell rule in practice. Donnell was not allowed to hit any of the offensive players because he literally used to put running backs to sleep at corner. He should have moved to the safety. It would have made more sense, but he was really fucking fast. And, dude, when he jammed you, you weren't getting off the line. It wasn't happening. So he ends up in the NFL for your Cowboys.
Really?
He makes it through training camp. and he is the starting nickel corner because he's a fucking monster. 1 week before the season hits, he gets appendicitis.
Wow.
They cut him, and he never got another phone call again from the NFL.
Damn.
And when
that's how this should be.
He asked his agent, and they're like, well, you weren't like a high draft pick. And honestly, they can find 50 people who are just the same size and speed as you.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how it is, man. He now he's a preacher in Chicago, and his NFL dream lasted about 3 weeks of training camp.
Damn. It happens at all levels, man. It happens at all levels. High school, college, and then pro. It depends on how long you can make it.
Well, I mean, my injury in college that shifted my career trajectory is an odd moment because the fourth day of practice my sophomore year, I tore my left rotator cuff.
Damn.
Which means for the first time in my entire life, I didn't have to go to practice, the redshirt year, right?
Wow.
So what am I going to do? My classes are all over at 2 p.m. Classes over at 2, you got to go to practice. So, dude, I started going home, and that's when I started smoking weed. Because up to that point, I was straight edge, athlete, speed. I'm trying to make something of myself, right? And I started hanging out, because in college, dude, all the athletes hang out together, right?
Of course.
So it's off season for the basketball players, so I started hanging out with all the basketball players and smoking weed and shit. Well, they all rapped. And, dude, I just fell into rap. Yo, this shit is dope. This shit is fun. I always listened to rap, but I never really wanted to be part of it. I was just like, what?
I know. I heard your story when you said you was, I forgot who was your fan, but somebody put you on the P and you wasn't feeling it at first or something. Then you was like, all of a sudden, like, he was your man.
Yeah, because I was such a Tupac fan growing up, and my roommate, my roommate in college, Ed Smith, who was an All-American linebacker, he was like, nah, man, you got to get that P album. And eventually I did, and it was over from there, dude. I had to be part of it. I had to be part of this shit, and it's crazy that I ended up actually part of it. That's how dope the universe is.
Where'd you go to school?
Well, the first time I went to Fairmont State in West Virginia. It's literally 15 minutes from WVU.
Yeah, okay.
Division II school.
I heard of Fairmont State.
Yeah, literally right there. And then I left with 6 classes left before med school. I had 4 chemistries and 2 physics left. And I said, yo, fuck this shit. I want to make rap music. And then I went to Boston and went to the Art Institute.
Wow. That's cool.
That's why, you know what? That's why the universe agreed with it, and I ended up with P, because I was willing to make a huge sacrifice and alteration with zero hesitation. The universe was like, all right, you're going to have to work for it, but we'll lay the path out. And it worked, man. It's been a beautiful experience. And
better than.
Oh, man, I got so many NFL questions, but I don't want to bore the people. I'm going to have
That's okay. You can keep it moving, man. You can keep it moving. We're going to catch up, man.
No, you know what I'm going to do, homie, is whenever you have a Tuesday free, especially since it's about to be the off season, is I'll have you come on to the Gray Matter, which is the NFL show that me and my homies do.
I'm in, man. Count me in.
So, I mean, if you've listened to Mobb Deep throughout their history, then you know who Nice the Future is.
Of course I do.
Yo, Nice is the co-host on the NFL show. So
okay, well shit, count me in.
Yeah, because Nice is me and Nice hooked up. Like when I got to Infamous, me and him clicked immediately. Because Mobb Deep, they're not about sports, dude. They don't like sports. P like boxing. That's it. And then everyone else in the studio, man, they make rap music. They drive fast cars. They go to the tunnel and they shit like that. Nobody was a sports head. And I show up when Nice is a huge sports fan, and me and him clicked immediately because we're the only ones. We're the only ones who like football. So
y'all playing them video games all day and night. You talk.
Yeah, man.
On one of your shows.
Yeah, all day we was playing Madden, getting it in, and that's my homie. But yeah, he's the co-host along with my other homie Carrie. So I'll definitely hit you up, and we'll line it up to where you can come in and let us know. Then I can really dig into some football questions because I got so many. Questions.
Sure. It'd be a pleasure. Joe.
All right, man. Yo, I appreciate your time. I don't want to waste too much more of it, and we'll shift on to, I don't know, whatever the fuck else we're going to talk about while I'm still smoking weed today.
That's what's up.
All right.
That's what's up. I'm ready to spark me one too, man.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you too, man. I appreciate your time, and we will talk again.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right, homie.
Peace.
All right, let me.
Wow, that was cool.
See, we called him how hyped he was. I love it. Yo, I really appreciate that, man. You know, you guys know, man. As much as anybody claims to be a fan of me, I promise you, I'm a fan of anybody who supports P in the truest. Because, like I said, it's my life's mission. That's what I do. So, shout out to the homie for popping through. That was fucking awesome, dude. That was a great talk. And now, I got another homie to add to the list, and he's a football head. And if anybody knows me, if you know anything about football, you're in my circle, because there are only, Roger, I'm going to tell you right now, dude, there's about 3 people on this planet that I even allow to talk about football to me. Nice, Carrie, my brother, I'll give it 4. My godson, he knows what he's talking about. And, if my mom was still here with us, me and my mom was a NFL fanatic. She really knew what she was talking about. Other than that, if you haven't participated at a high level and understand the nuances of whatnot, it's hard for me to have these conversations. This man had a 5-year career in the league. Yo, you know what I need? I need me a Roger Harper jersey. I need me a jersey. I'm a fan. I'm going to give me a jersey. Yeah, see, look, Emmanuel will tell you, if you don't, dude, I will disregard it unless you prove to me that you actually know what you're talking about and you're not just a fan of your city or team. You got to really know what you're talking about. But, yeah, man, I need me a Roger Harper jersey. I want that Atlanta one. I need that black throwback Roger Harper jersey. Fucking yeah, man. That was so dope, man. That's so dope. I mean, I play golf. I used to watch basketball all the time, dude. I really loved Tim Duncan and the Spurs. And I was clearly, I have a authentic Sean Kemp jersey that I wear all the time. I used to be a huge Sean Kemp fan in the Sonics. But like Roger said, he is not a fan of any team. He's a fan of players in the game. Now that Tom Brady has exited New England, I have become a fan of the game of football again and not just a fanatic Patriots fan. Because I did go to college in Boston, and while they were winning 3 titles, you do get wrapped up in it. I'm not a bandwagon. Get over it. And anybody who knows me, there was no more fervent of a Patriots fan for 2 decades than this guy. So, that was fucking dope, man. That was cool. Roger, shout out to you, man. You put me in a better mood, yo. I got an ill banger of a headache, and that put a smile on my face, yo. So, I got a bunch of blunt left, and I got some energy now. So anybody else wants to pop in, send me your email, and we can get it in real quick. I bet you as soon as I get done with this, I start YouTubing Roger Harper highlights. That was so fucking cool, man. See, I'm such a fan of the NFL, dude. I'm such a fan that I'm literally fanning out right now. That's hilarious, because I've been in front of everybody, dude, in the music game, and other than Devin the Dude, I've never been like, oh my God, Devin the Dude, I flipped the fuck out. If you've made it to the peak of football and you were there for more than the 2.3 year average, I am outrageously impressed, because I know the dedication it takes and the work that you have to put in and the hell that you put your body through just to make it to that point. Incredible. Incredible. I'm fascinated. I played with so many people that I thought were the best football players I've ever seen in my life, and they didn't even get a shot at the NFL. So, if you made it there, and Ohio State, as much as I don't like Ohio State, You know what? I will. Urban Meyer's not there anymore, and Jim Tressel's and his sweater vest are long gone. So I think I will. After that conversation, I think you did it, homie. I'm not gonna say. I will never say I'm a fan of Ohio State, but I won't hate them anymore because you know what? 2021. We already said it. There's no room for any of that negativity and all that hatred and all that shit. So, Ohio State, congratulations to you. You were off of my hate list. You guys owe Roger Harper a salary. So yeah, shoot me your email if you want to pop in real quick. If not, then I'm just going to smoke the rest of this blunt and then prepare for whatever else it is I got to do for the rest of the day. Oh, Davey Dank, man. Yeah, I grew up outside of Wheeling, dude. You already know. And if you were there for the dog races, then you had that Wheeling feeling because you were on the island. And Davey Dank knows. Wheeling Island is no place to get caught lacking, yo. That is a dangerous, dangerous fucking place. That's awesome, dude, that you and I have stomped around some of the same places. I did play in the West Virginia and Ohio All-Star game that was played in the stadium right beside the dog track, so I got to play there. It would have been much better to play a state championship game there, but whatever. Still cool. So what else we got going on that's not us talking about Duck Dynasty storming the Capitol building yesterday? Because as a white guy who is politically outspoken, I have had to answer a lot of fucking questions about my opinion and whatnot on it. Like, I represent all Caucasian humans and whatnot. I get it, whatever. I'm willing to answer all the questions, but I'm going to answer them on my own terms and sensibilities and education level. So, yeah, there's no way Duck Dynasty and Davy Crockett can storm the fourth most secure building in America. So, let's run over the most secure buildings in America. Number 4, the Capitol building. Number 3, what do you think the third most secure area in America is? I should pull up the Jeopardy theme and we can have another Jeopardy episode. Very good, Larry Bird. Once again, draining them from deep. 33 feet behind the line. Fort Knox is the third. Now, the Pentagon's after the Capitol building because they flew a fucking plane into the Pentagon. That shit ain't secure. Whatever. Fort Knox is number 2. Area 51 would be Fort Knox is 3. Area 52 would be number 1. So, what is the most secure physical structure in the physical United States? What do you think it is? The most impossible place for a human to physically enter, given security clearances, access points, not physical barriers. Security-wise, what is the most difficult place in this country to enter? Whoever answers, if somebody actually answers this correctly, I will send you something. I'll send you some stickers and some magnets or something. Because that's going to let me know that you're on it. No one will ever get it. It's the sub-levels of the Getty Museum. It's the most difficult place to enter in America. The things that are under the Getty Museum is a discussion for Paranoid Activity whenever I do that show again. But the sub-levels underneath the Getty Museum in Los Angeles is literally the most difficult place to enter in this country. It would literally be right underneath of the Vatican archives. So, what the fuck are they doing under there? Well, I just dropped you guys a nugget and a crumb. Go do your research on the Getty and what the fuck goes on underneath of that building. It's crazy, right? Getty Images, the company that owns that, it's supposed to be an art museum and all that, and it is on the surface, but nothing is ever what it seems. See, me saying things like that is why YouTube is probably later today is going to just start recording again automatically. So, let's talk about something positive. Yo, did you guys see the video on WorldStar of the kid whose friends bought him the corrective glasses because he's colorblind? And for the first time in his life, he sees color. He's got to be somewhere between 16 and 20 years old, it looks like. I'm not real sure. We'll just average out and say 18. So you're talking about this kid has never seen color before. And for the first time, he gets to see color. Yo, that video is fucking amazing. It is incredible. The absolute joy that this human being exhibits is what it's all about. It's incredible. Like, you have to go look it up. It's on WorldStar. It's a couple hours ago was the very first video, so it's going to be within the couple videos. Dude, it was incredible, dude. He was bugging the fuck out, yo. He was getting so close to everything. He's like, this is what it looks like for you guys all the time? Dude, I cried. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a grown-ass man. I cried tears of joy for that man. Absolute tears of joy for that man. It was incredible. I loved every second of it, man. It was amazing. And shit like that. I'm gonna search for things like that. Yeah, I'm searching for things of that nature and spreading that message. You know, my whole hashtag when they were doing the fill in the blank lives matter. That's when I started the life matters hashtag, because it all matters. Trees, praying mantises, weed plants, my dog, you, me, everybody. It all matters. Life matters. Not one, you can't marginalize one group and say one group matters more than the other. Life matters, not lives. Even when you say lives, now you're making it more myopic and acting like humans, though we are supposedly the top of the food chain and evolutionary peaks and whatnot, that we're that important over everything else. Once you realize that we're not that goddamn important, your life will get much easier to live. Because you stop trying to be so important. And then you just start being. So, D. Barry, I just sent you the link. It should be there in like 30, 40 seconds or something like that. Life matters, people. All of it. It all plays a part in this intertangled ecosystem that we existed. From the viruses that take out the sick and weak in order to perpetuate the species as survival of the fittest and whatnot, it's all the same. Yeah, no, ontology isn't complete. But it will be. And I'm trying to get in early on that one. Ontology. Yeah, all that shit, man. And welcome to the Dour Hour. D. Barry, what up, homie? Oh, it's work. There it goes.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, what up, son?
Oh, so what's up, yo?
Welcome to the.
I was waiting for.
Yeah, welcome to the Dour
I
Hour,
was waiting
homie.
for I was waiting for the other guy, the football dude. Yo, that's dope listening to his shit.
Yeah.
The NFL stories. So I was waiting for him to get done before I even said anything to you about joining in. I wasn't trying to interrupt that.
I bet you know, I appreciate it. Consider that was the first time I ever got to talk to him. But, I mean, as I move forward, like, you know, Zoom will let you have 30 fucking people in the room at once. Like, try to make it just an open forum of idea exchange and positivity and build this little community of people who are a community, because essentially that's what everything used to be. And now we have been torn down to the individual, and that's the only thing that matters. Thanks, social media, you fucking assholes.
The divide and conquer.
Well, plus, we have entered the era of self-worship. It is about the self now.
Yeah, you ain't got like no empathy or thinking about nobody else or nothing.
You know how I know it's all about the self? This is the biggest indicator to me. You gotta learn to read the subtle signs. Look at the majority of human beings whenever they take selfies. They aren't even looking at what would be the target audience. They're looking at themselves in the phone.
Screen, yeah.
They are literally looking at
that.
themselves. It is all about the self. Obsessed with themselves. And that's the, you know, most human beings that are low vibration or whatnot, I don't blame them. They're just have fallen victims to this system that has been created and this monster that is social media.
Yeah, so I was once like that too, quite a few years ago. It took me a while. I used to be the same way, trying to post pictures for likes and attention and all that. Now I step back and look at it like, yo, I was really like that. Like, I'll be on Facebook seeing memories pop back up from like 10 years ago. Like, what the fuck I was typing that for? You know? Like,
well, that's one reason I was never on the social media trend, because I always knew that things on the internet are there forever. So it's just like, oh, you grow and evolve. That's the point. You're never supposed to be the same person you were years ago. If you are, you failed at life. Like, you're supposed to grow and evolve. You'll always be the same person, but you know what I mean. Like, you can't...
yeah.
Something that was funny to you 10 years ago is not going to be funny now. The world has changed. It's like everything's different. Some things don't age very well, and that's why I was just like, man... It's hard to find things that age well, so I'm not going to put myself out there. So somebody 10 years from now can pull up something that I said, and it could hurt me in some way, not knowing that all that was actually going to happen on a mass scale.
Yeah, they do. They be doing that with like celebrities and shit here and there. Like, remember who was like Kevin Hart last year or something, tripping out because he said something from like 10 years ago. He's a comedian. Like,
He's a comedian,
apologizing.
And the environment in which he said it, everyone laughed because it was funny back then. So,
yeah.
You know,
that's why I fuck with the new Dave Chappelle shit he did here in the last year, yo. He's like with the whole LGBTQ thing in the car, yo. That shit genius.
Genius and hilarious.
Yeah.
He's a whole different being, dude. He's so smart. He is so smart. My favorite joke of his of all time, and it's not because it's the funniest. It's not. It is the smartest way that I have ever seen somebody deliver their stance on abortion in history.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
The funny part, the hilarious part was, well, I don't believe in abortion depending on who I get pregnant. That was the joke. That's the funny part, right? The story that he crafted in order to give his point, his stance, without offending anyone, because, you know, he don't give a fuck. The genius in it. He tells the story of, child support and all that stuff, and being like, well, he gets down to the point, well, if you can kill it, then I can sure as hell abandon it.
Yeah, right?
And if I'm wrong, now this is the genius part. He says, if I'm wrong, then perhaps you're wrong. And that's a question you have to ask yourself. And they immediately move to the next thing, and I was just like, I don't even know.
He's like, maybe.
I don't even know if people caught that. I don't even know if he just he's genius, absolute and total fucking genius.
I think he's like, then maybe we're both wrong.
Genius, hilarious too, so funny, funniest dude. So Pete told me this story that they were in Chicago, and this Dave for some reason was there, probably hanging out with Kanye or whatever with this whole Chicago crew, Mos Def and all that, right? And he said this after the show, they're just sitting there, and all of a sudden, fucking Dave Chappelle walks in, and he was just like, same thing with me and Devin the Dude. He was just like, yo, I mean, I'm Prodigy. I'm not like a fan of anyone, but it was fucking Dave Chappelle, dude. He's like, I didn't even know what to say, and he's just like, I just looked at him and was just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing here? And he said Dave was just like, I came to see y'all. Because Dave's a huge rap fan, so it was blowing P's mind that he's like, holy shit, Dave Chappelle is a fan of mine. Well, Dave Chappelle wasn't always that big and famous, and you guys were, back in the 90s, like, he's been a fan of you since he was a teenager, right? And the other funny thing he said, he's like, yo, Dave was swole as shit. He said Dave walked in like, just jacked, which he is. He's in shape now. And he said in one of his, because he does a lot of shows where it's non-scripted. He'll just go up and just, whatever he might be trying out stuff, or he might just be having a conversation. And he said that during the whole Dave Chappelle smoking crack, and, he went crazy in that whole time period, he just started working out as a way to get rid of the stress. And, dude, he just got mad big and shit. And it was like, it's really weird because if you grew up on Dave Chappelle, man, he was always skinny as fuck,
Well, yeah, the Chappelle show was my shit. I was a teenager when that happened. Then when all that shit, he disappeared for like, it seemed like a decade. Then like, 2 or 3 years ago, he popped back up. Like, oh, he big.
Yo, so there's a very interesting Dave Chappelle story. And I know you will not be able to find this interview. Like, because YouTube and Google are really quick to censor and erase shit now, right? Like, just, it doesn't even exist anymore, right? So,
yeah.
So Dave did this interview, and he talked, it's really hard to believe unless you understand the real pyramid, right? Dave said that he was, he had just signed the $50 million deal and shit, and the Chappelle show was rocking huge, and he was like the world's biggest celebrity and all this shit. Said he was at home, asleep, and he woke up one day, and motherfucking Oprah was sitting in his bedroom. He woke up, and Oprah was sitting there just staring at him, and had like a number. My mind says 2, and who knows what it actually was, of Nation of Islam security. And I don't know if you've ever seen Farrakhan's security detail. Those guys are all like 6'5", like they probably look like Roger during the peak of his career. Just massive physical specimens, and they all wear tuxes. They all look exactly the same. It's like they're all clones. Massive, very intimidating individuals. And Oprah was sitting in his fucking room with a couple of these guys. And when he woke up, he was like, what the fuck? And she says, Dave, we need to talk. So anyway, she said that that the power structure, the Black Boule, not necessarily the Illuminist, that side, but the Black Boule, which is the Black Illuminist, right? They have their own organization. So Pete taught me about them too. I had no idea they existed until he put it in a song. And
yeah, like I don't think I know about it, but like the name sounds familiar, but I've never even looked into it.
Yeah, on motherfucking USA, it's in one of the first lines.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I heard the whole thing.
And see, that's why he did that, because even when we recorded that song, he got out the booth. I was like, yo, dude, what the fuck is the Black Boule? And he explained it, but she said that they were upset at the image of black people that the Chappelle show was portraying, and they needed to craft the image in a way that they wanted to, and that's why he left. Yeah. Because they were literally going to dictate his show and how it was to be. And yeah, we're giving you $50 million. You're damn right you're going to do whatever we want you to do. And that's why he walked away. Said, fuck all this shit. I'm out. And that's, what do? They instantly try to discredit you and make you look crazy, right?
Yeah.
Look at Kanye. Kanye's divorcing Kim, right? The second it comes out, all of a sudden, now there's rumors of him having an affair with Jeffree Star.
I seen something on that earlier. I didn't look at it, but I seen the little headline.
Even if that isn't true, just the fact that that rumor's been thrown out there, everyone's going to believe it. And you socially destroy and hurt his career, right? And you're also talking about the Kardashian media machine. They're going to try to destroy him so that he can't say or do anything about their inner workings, right? Do you see?
Yeah, I see.
So,
That's how they did that to Dave, because I watched a Cat Williams interview where he was breaking that down, what they did to Dave Chappelle. Then after he talked about it, they fucked with Cat Williams too.
Well, I mean, that's
talking
one thing that Dave did on the Behind the Actors studio. He talked about that, about how every successful black male leading man has to wear a dress at some point.
Oh yeah,
every single one of them across the board. And he said that, you know, they were filming something for the show because his show was bigger than any movie he had ever done at this point. And one of the writers came in and was just like, yo, Dave, we got this really great skit, blah, 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 and had a dress. And he was just like, no, I'm not doing that shit. He said that writer tried for like 30 minutes in and out, rewriting this, just constantly trying to get him to wear a dress. And, you know, eventually these are the things that made him be like, oh, I see what this is. I've reached this level. I'm out. I'm done with this. Money isn't why it's not it for me. So I give him all the credit in the world to being who he is and being able to be like, not 50 million, fuck you, I'm not compromising. I don't care. 50 million is hard to turn down, dude. That's a lot of goddamn money.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, he said, you know, they all tried. Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, dude. You just go down the list. Everybody, they made them all do it.
It's like the
demasculation. Jamie Foxx, and
that's why they got all the rappers wearing skinny jeans and purses and shit now.
I mean, yeah, there's always the agenda behind music because it's been weaponized, and it was weaponized a long time ago. They realized what it was, and it's like, all right, if it's going to create this energy and this movement and whatnot, well, we need to control this. Once again, we need to control the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they'll do, and, you know, that's why people... They'll be like, oh, my God, how in the world nobody listens to 6ix9ine? Yeah, nobody does. They don't care. What, getting this little Spanish Puerto Rican kid with rainbow hair a couple $1 million is absolutely nothing to them. It's a drop in the bucket. That means nothing. They create money out of thin air. They don't care.
Right.
They own all the media machines. They can have them as the top video on everything. You can literally write the code to say 150 million people watch this video in 3 days, so it creates the herd mentality, so everybody goes and watches it. What am I missing out on? The fear of missing out is a huge psychological factor that they use on people. Nobody wants to miss out on anything. 150 million people watch it. Well, shit, everybody's watching it. I got to watch it now.
Right.
And that's how they do it. And then that's how you start spreading the message and manipulating and all this shit. And it's just like, yeah, nobody listens to this kid. I swear to God, the whole time he was at his peak, dude, I live in Brooklyn, for Christ's sakes. I might have heard 1 or 2 cars drive by that were playing his music, and both of them were teenage girls. Because I had to look and be like, who is it? Who's listening?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Yeah, I never listened to him when he was big. When he got out, I listened to that one song just because everybody was talking about, let's see what he gonna do. Then I thought it was funny he put the little rat emoji and shit on his face. You know, like, that shit made me laugh.
I mean, yeah, because he's not in control of himself. He's just doing whatever it is, and especially since they got him out of prison, too. It's just like, yo, dude, you do whatever we say, we would throw you right back in, dude. Remember, he cooperated. Right.
Yeah, he told on everybody.
Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, dude, he's not from the streets, and he wasn't built for that. What did they expect? What did they expect? The kid's got rainbow hair. What did you expect from him? He was going to hold it down? He ain't about that life. Yeah, he's not about that shit, dude. I don't care what he says in his music.
See, Daylight was breaking this shit down. If you go back and look at the 50 Cent video that's featuring 6ix9ine, they have him driving around in the cop car, and the other rappers are shooting at him from like 2 years ago. And Daylight's like, if you break down and watch this video, they're telling you 2 years ago he was the police, and the rappers are trying to shoot him in the video. He's like, I ain't surprised this shit.
Hey, it's assimilation. Yes. It's assimilation. We're going to put it in there, and that way whenever you see it, you're not shocked. You're like, oh, I've seen it before. This is what the Nazis figured out, is how the brain actually works. And
the subconscious mind.
Yeah, they figured out how to manipulate it, and not only at individual levels, but their success came in the ability to manipulate it at mass levels. And once again, we had this discussion yesterday. Well, that means whenever we went over there and liberated, Europe and whatnot, all the people who came up with that shit was just like, oh, y'all want a job?
Yeah, I did research in like I said, I seen that yesterday, the Operation Paperclip, MK Ultra and all that shit. They brought like 1,600 scientists over here. Yeah, I've been down that rabbit hole quite a few times.
I mean,
the whole patents. Like, people don't believe in mind control. I'm like, well, just Google patents on mind control. Why would they be a patent if it don't exist? There's like hundreds of them out there over the last 100 years, since the World War II or whatever.
Yeah. So the other thing, if you have a inclination to look up patents and go down those rabbit holes, there's a website called Rex, R-E-X. I can't remember if there's anything after that or not, but I wouldn't Google it. I would use like DuckDuckGo or something, a non-censored search engine, because I don't think Google wants people to know this thing exists. It is literally a database of all suppressed patents. Like what it was, who bought it, when, and dude, the shit that exists that has been suppressed so that people can, still make trillions of dollars off of the fossil fuels, free energy systems, perpetual motion, levitation, like all this shit that is going to be poised for the next age of humanity that they will unleash could have already been done. Tesla wanted everyone to have free access to free electricity and free energy, right? Well, they went and said, we're going with the Edison model and all that because we can make money this way. And still, dude, it's been hundreds of years and we're still under the same shit.
Yeah, I've seen that, the whole Tesla coil and like wireless energy, shit like that. You could create free energy. It's called, 0 point energy, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, I've looked into a bunch of that shit.
Well, a good documentary is Who Killed the Electric Car. So in the 80s, a guy invented an electric car. Like I'm 40, so when I say the 80s, I feel like, oh, that's just 20 years ago. It's so weird how that works. 40,
yeah, I'd be the same way.
40 fucking years ago, they had an electric car. Well, a Shah of some Middle Eastern oil empire bought it for over $1 billion and suppressed it. $1 billion is a drop in the bucket over the decades that they're going to make in their. It's unlimited amount of money. The whole country's an oil field, But if you break out electric cars and whatnot that run off of nothing, then you're going to kill that industry altogether. And now all their power, wealth, and everything goes. So they bought it for $1 billion. It kind of makes you look at the guy who invented it like, man, you asshole, you sold us all out. But honestly, if he didn't sell it, they'd have just killed him.
Fuck yeah. Or he commits suicide.
They probably sat him down and said, right to you, you're talking about $1 billion in the 80s that they're willing to give this guy. So how much money do they have?
Right.
And they're going to tell you, listen, you can become a billionaire or we'll kill you. And everyone you've ever known. That's this type of ruthlessness. Because when you're talking about over their lifetime, an unlimited amount of money that you can't actually put a number on. Like quadrillion, unlimited amount of wealth. They'd be willing to eliminate a family full of people for that. Are you kidding me? So the Who Killed the Electric Car is an interesting documentary because that is like the first domino of just like, oh, what else have they done this with? And then when you go through that website, you're just like, yo, look at all this cool shit we could have had. What the fuck? Yeah. Like all this dope ass shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that shit later.
Dude, a guy invented a car that runs off of water and only emits vapor.
That's what I was about to say. Y'all seen that? I seen a YouTube video about that.
You know,
Just like they made one that was like completely made out of hemp and ran off hemp.
Yeah,
I seen one about that too.
all kinds of dope shit, and they're just like, no, 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 no. You're not. None of that shit's coming out, man. You know, so it's just like it happens. So there's the suppression of information. It's key, but that website's dope, man. If you like looking into that shit, you'll love it. Because I used to go on there all the time and be like, what? I forget who showed me that. Clearly, it was an illuminated individual who led me down that path. I was just like, dude, you gotta see this shit. But yeah, it's really, really just put in Rex and then suppressed patents. You'll find it. You'll find it.
Yeah, I'll be able to find it. Yeah, I can find shit.
It's really fucking cool though. But yeah, the amount of free energy systems. Not just one person invented it. It has been done numerous times over. People have figured it out. And just every time, nope, you don't get none of that shit. So P always had this funny theory. And Family Guy actually did a skit on it. And I showed it to him after him and I had this conversation. And I was just like, is Family Guy in the mode of Simpsons, where Matt Groening is a 33rd degree Mason and he's dropping gems in his episodes? Everyone. Everyone. Not only is he a 33rd degree Mason, if he isn't a time traveler, somebody he fucks with is. Guaranteed. There's no way that you can be that accurate that many times into the future with so many random things. So the Family Guy skit went, and it's true, that Albert Einstein, before he became famous for being Albert Einstein, was a clerk at the patent office. So the skit went that somebody else came in with the theory of relativity and was just like, oh, I want to patent this theory of relativity. And on the show, Albert Einstein looks down the hallway, picks up the book and smashes his head with it and takes it. And that's how it became Albert Einstein. Well, there was always this rumor. Who knows if it's true, but with things like this, there has to be a grain of truth within there somewhere, right? That he was actively sniping patents and ideas from people. And then since he was the clerk there and there's no there's no computers and bookkeeping and records like there are now. He was just able to tell people, well, nah, somebody else already has the patent for that. And it just hasn't come out yet, right? This is what they said. He'd be like, no, it's already, and then he would go file it for himself and he would be the one who already had it. But
yeah, it's believable.
But also on the other side, when they did an autopsy on him, his brain has extra folds in it and whatnot. And his IQ was up in the 180s and shit, dude. So he was a literal genius. But that's just a funny, weird thing to be like, I wonder if that's true. I wonder if one of his ideas he might have sniped.
Yeah, maybe. You don't know.
We weren't there, but if Family Guy did it and they said it in there, it's like,
yeah, he done make them all. Yo. I'm sure at least one of them, it's possible.
Yeah, and that's funny because all this was going on. Quiet boy, you already know, homie. I appreciate it. All this was going on at the same time we were putting out Albert Einstein, so we were all over the whole Einstein thing anyway. So it was just like, oh, this is hilarious. You should make a video out of this or something,
Yeah.
But
do you see the joint today with that dude who stormed the Capitol that was in The Simpsons? The dude with the horns and shit and the tattoos matched and everything. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. He's a time traveler, and then B, come on, dude, they opened the fence and literally directed them on where to go. There's footage of them opening the fence and them not even storming. They were all walking casually, and they were like, this way.
Yeah, I seen that.
They literally were directing them where to go. So this is the theater of politics again and whatnot. It's crazy that 4 people got sacrificed, though. Come on, this is America.
That they tell us about.
Yeah, well, I know, but this is one of the fundamental laws in America is, the right to defend yourself and property, right? This is one of the founding fundamental laws. So, you go and storm up in any building, somebody might get shot. So, who knows if it's all theater, if this really who knows, dude? But all I know, because they opened the door and directed them in, if you see the people who stormed the Capitol, you think Duck Dynasty really stormed the Capitol?
Right? That shit halfway made sense.
No, I didn't even see the Simpsons parallel thing yet. I hadn't even seen it.
Hold on, I'm about to show you. I'm gonna pull it up on my computer real quick. That's I seen that shit this morning. That's a holy fuck, man. Cause like they got the tattoos. Cause like you seen the dude with the horn, right? And the little fucking fur on his head, and he had little tattoos and shit. Like it's almost the same exact thing.
Now the only thing with that is like, does somebody pull this up and be like, look at season blank, episode blank of this, it's in there, or does somebody just pop up with a clip? Because sometimes I feel like that they're fucking they're fucking with us and they just make the clips real quick.
Yeah, see, I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's possible.
Dude, because
I had to do a little research on that and actually find the episode.
Yeah, these are the questions you have to ask. You always got to dig a little bit deeper and be like, well, let's see if it was embedded in an episode 10 years ago. Well, God damn it, Matt Groening, you did it again. Now, if it's just a clip, I don't believe it, because if you watch the making of South Park, dude, they can make a full episode in under 3 days. Everything's computer drawn now. It's already files and whatnot. Nobody's hand drawing shit, so you can make a Simpson clip in no time.
Right.
Yeah, Science is saying in the chat that they have a video of a dude saying they got paid. Of course they did. Like, come on, man. Come on, let's be realistic about what we just saw yesterday. It's a divide and conquer tactic, and realistically, it is a way for them to forcibly remove the sitting president right now, no matter what happens. They are literally going to be like, you're out. Once again, it's the theater of politics, people. Yo, I felt like it was a club yesterday, dude. When I'm watching the video and they're like letting people through, I felt like I was watching a club in the meatpacking district where the security's picking out which people get to get in because they look proper.
Yeah.
Because they were just picking out the craziest, wildest looking people and be like, yo, you. No, come on, you're definitely in here. Come on. Yeah, you and your friends, come on. So it was it's wild, man.
See this joint right here.
And it's fucking groundskeeper Willie too. It's not even a random character.
Yeah, I didn't know who the character was, but yeah, like I was looking at like the little tattoos and shit on the arms. I'm like, the head maybe, but once you start looking at little tattoos, I'm like,
nah, that's groundskeeper Willie, dude. That's a fucking series long character. So yeah, it's totally, yeah, come on, man. Now, every time that anybody sees a Simpsons parallel, you should already know that whatever is happening is completely scripted and we're literally watching the Simpsons play out in real life.
Right.
That is incredible and completely expected.
Right, I said the same shit. They do this like every year. Just like with the whole Trump thing and his presidency and running and all this stuff.
So, I mean, we've already seen it. Trump in a coffin on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So, like, be prepared, people. Like, let's be realistic. It's going to happen soon. Also, I don't know if you've ever heard of, there's a mystic from 1918, I think she died. And it was a teenage girl in Afghanistan, I believe, who went blind, and when she lost her sight, she gained the ability to communicate, metaphysically with other dimensions and whatnot, and she started predicting the future, and she predicted the future all the way up to the end of the universe.
No, I ain't even heard that.
All right, so supposedly the end of the universe happens in 5,904. So, yeah, whatever. Hopefully I have evolved past this physical plane by then, 3,000 more years in the future, so who fucking cares? But each year, at the beginning of the year, they release what her predictions were for that year. They didn't just let them all out at once like Nostradamus. They control the flow of information. And, this little chick has predicted so many things, like dead on, wars, famines, pesticide, political upheaval, assassinations, like everything. So, 2021, Trump in a coffin, the cure for cancer, and aliens.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people, but the whole alien thing.
Well, if you look within the stimulus bill that they just passed, 6,000 pages. Buried very deep within the stimulus bill is a release schedule for all UFO and alien information that the U.S. government has.
Damn.
So you have to be wary, though. Yes, there are aliens. We can't be so myopic to believe we're so special. We're the only thing that exists in the universe. Shut the fuck up, people. But B, Project Bluebeam.
Yeah, I've looked into Project Bluebeam. They're gonna like fake it, make it look like it's something happening. It's not really happening.
Exactly. So you got to be wary of Project Bluebeam and the manipulation of the message and whatnot and everything. So, but yeah, these are the things that are supposed to happen this year. I can believe all of it, especially the cure for cancer, considering they've had it forever for special people.
Yeah.
They don't die of cancer. You know, it's very rare. You never see somebody ultra rich and powerful die of cancer.
No, they lived to like 80, 90.
90, 102.
Adrenochrome and shit.
None of them died of cancer, and even Steve Jobs didn't die of cancer. His death certificate's on the dark web. You can look it up. I'm not going to have that conversation right now. But the whole cure for cancer, I find the timing of the release of this information hilarious because it's like the blue ties get the win now. And then all of a sudden the cure for cancer comes out and it'll be like, look what we did.
Yeah.
We finally did it. You know, you see, it's like, you fucking assholes.
I see what you're saying.
Dude, they've been working on this shit for like decades, so you didn't do anything. You had nothing to do with this, even if this is all actually how things flowed out. But no, it's not you. You didn't do it. So.
Just another page in their playbook playing out.
Yeah, 100%, man. And that's the shitty part is like it's really playing out, yo. I got to go read the Protocols of the Wise Men of Zion again. It's
I don't think I heard that.
It's an appendix in the back of the Behold a Pale Horse.
Yeah, I've been meaning to read that book. Behold the Pale White Horse. Yeah.
So in the back there's an appendix and it's the Protocols of the Wise Men of Zion, and it's literally the blueprint from the Bavarian Illuminists from 1838 or 6, I don't know, early 1800s when they very first formed the first Illuminati in Bavaria, right? Their game plan on how to basically take over the world step by step, and when you read it, it is the most chilling thing ever because you realize exactly how far along their plan they actually are and how many things that they were actually successful in implementing. You're just like, holy fuck.
What the fuck?
Holy shit, they're actually doing this shit. So, the shit that is kicking off all on this, it's all in there. Dude, it's crazy because they were talking about like media control and whatnot in the 1830s. Media didn't even exist back then, dude. They were way ahead of their time and whatnot. So then you have to go back to fucking time travelers and all that shit, you know, whatever. But yeah, I gotta go read that again so I can see what's left of the plan that I have forgotten about at this point.
Right.
Oh yeah, see,
That's like
Auto-Tune just threw it out there. Another good one is Albert Pike in the Three World Wars. Because he basically laid out how to take over the world through a series of world wars, and we're in the third one.
Yeah, I could see that.
So it's funny, we were going to actually call an album Albert Pike. We were working on that was going to be the follow-up to Albert Einstein. Was going to be Albert Pike. And it was all Alchemist beats again, and then all of a sudden in the middle of working on that, Rick Ross put out that Albert Anastasia album, and Pete was just like, yo, fuck that shit, we're not doing no more Alberts, and it was done. That was it, completely done.
Yeah, I never really fucked with Rick Ross because a lot of people nowadays, like they don't know he was like the police and shit. That's why when the whole 6ix9ine thing happened, I'm like, yo, y'all don't realize some of your favorite rappers used to be cops and shit. I'll be at work talking to people like Rick Ross. They're like, what are you talking about? He's this, that, and the third. I'm like, nah, the real Rick Ross just got out of prison a couple years ago. He was a CO, all this other shit. Like, people don't even know about that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is very scripted reality. You have to look at the sources of information that people have. Twitter.
Yeah, it's all controlled.
Twitter, Instagram, things of this nature. These are literally for the younger generations. This is even their source of news.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so And now look, Zuckerberg owns Facebook, owns Instagram, so it's like it's all being consolidated under one control system anyway, which owns YouTube, which it's all one giant fucking it's Skynet.
Yeah. I didn't look into it, but they said I guess Zuckerberg banned Donald Trump from Facebook and Instagram today because they don't want him talking about some shit.
Yeah, gave a complete ban. So it's over though. They already won. It doesn't even matter if it was stolen, if it was orchestrated. It doesn't matter. That part of the battle, that particular battle, has already been decided. The war hasn't been decided necessarily, but that particular one is over, dude. So everybody should know that I'm extremely apolitical. I'm not. That's why I call them red ties and blue ties, because it's essentially what it is. You're just cheering for a team because they're wearing the right colors.
Even though they're all like the same bird.
Well, that's the funny thing is if you get high enough up into the shit, then you realize that after they sit there and yell at each other on TV, then they go to the same places and have after parties together.
Yeah, they're all like cousins.
Well, not only that, dude, they all went to school together. They all worked in the same places. These people are career-long politicians, so these people used to be clerks underneath of this judge together. And I'm like, come on, man. The biggest glaring example of that was George Bush Jr. and John Kerry presidential election. Dude, they were in the same frat at Yale. They were literally frat brothers at the same time. They weren't opposite sides of the coin. They literally were both in the Skull and Bones at Yale at the same time.
Yeah, I know that, but yeah, I can believe it.
Dude, like, literally in the same frat. Like, they're not opposite sides of the coins, and that's why, if you go back and review that, every election there's always a dispute, battleground state that it comes down to, whatever. But with the John Kerry one, he conceded the election before they even finished counting Ohio. Who does that? Who's aspiring to be the president to where it's down to one state to determine and you give up? Unless this was all part of the game.
Yeah.
It was all part of this whole thing that's going on.
He's like, I don't even want to be it. You just win.
Yeah, who does that?
Right.
That's like playing in the Super Bowl, dude, and it being like a game-winning drive, and you're down 2, driving for a game-winning field goal, and on the 40-yard line, get ready to cross half field with 40 seconds left. You're just like, no, I'm good. You can have this shit.
Yeah.
I never wanted a Super Bowl anyway. Like,
no.
Really? Your whole life, a whole career of aspiration and ambition? No, really. Hillary Clinton would have burnt down the entire universe to be president. You're just going to give it up, John Kerry?
Right.
And then I didn't even know at that time that they were frat brothers. All that information came out later. And it's funny because after I think it was Charlie Rose, R.I.P. Charlie Rose, one of the last journalists that actually existed. Charlie Rose actually asked George Bush about the Skull and Bones. And he to his face during an interview was just like, there are rumors that you're in a secret society. And then he said, George Bush answered, he just laughed and said, well, that's a secret. And they just kept it moving on. And it was just like, well, goddamn, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So, as I always do, what you got going on with yourself, man? What's up?
Shit, man. I was in the gym earlier when I first joined in. Shit. Other than that, man, this last year been great to me. I moved in April of last year when the whole COVID shit started. I moved. My job was kind of going to shit. I found out about another job. I'm here now making the most money I've made in my life.
Awesome.
This whole last year been great for me.
Yeah.
I mean, able to get bills paid off, caught up on child support.
All that, man.
Everybody complaining this whole last year. I'm like, hey, it's been great for me.
Good.
Sometimes you got to make a move. I've moved from Virginia to West Virginia. I've moved 3 hours away in a whole nother state by myself. Just hey, I'm going to chase this money. Shit, ain't looked back since.
Yeah, West Virginia's not a bad place to be in either, dude.
No, for sure. That's why I was just sitting here looking up gun laws and shit. I've been buying a couple of guns the last couple months. It's yo, you didn't need a permit to conceal carry here.
West Virginia West Virginia is still a very free state.
Fuck yeah.
And
I realized that.
Not very densely populated, dude. There's less than 900,000 people in the entire state. And the state is fucking huge.
Oh yeah.
So you're looking at like, you know, where I grew up, your next door neighbor is a half mile away. You can see their house. It's out there.
Yeah.
You know, so, but no, that's dope, man. Good for you. I've always said that, you know, change occurs whether you want it to or not. And it most often occurs when you're unprepared for it. No one ever really is prepared for a major change.
No doubt.
You know, so when it occurs, it is up to you to guide the change. Like it's happening. You know, it's like riding a wave. This wave is coming and you're in the ocean. You can either hop up in the board and ride that shit to where you want to go, or you can get caught up in it and be tossed around and just end up wherever, right? And that's the way the big giant transition, which is what we're in right now, is happening, right? So you were able to hop up on the board and ride it, homie. Congratulations to you, man. That's fucking dope.
Right, because my old roommate, what happened was, because I had a roommate and he ended up like gotten some missed a court date he didn't even know about in West Virginia, right? So they arrested him, like shipped him back up here. Then this was like right around Christmas time, so it was like 2 months went by. I didn't even know what happened to him. Yo, he got out, started talking about the job he got up here. That's when about Marchish, when the COVID popped off. I found me a little motel right next to the job because I ain't got no license. Found me a ride, got up here, was working like shit the first 2 months, no days off, because we sell spray paint, but we also own like Mean Green and disinfectants. So COVID hit, we was selling the fuck ton of disinfectants, overtime out the ass. I stacked up paper, everything going great now.
Well, good. So if it's going great, then continue build on your foundation. And since you financially are in a good spot, now it is time to be smart with your finances and set yourself up.
Yeah, that's why I said I looked up that Nexo shit, because I bought Litecoin back in 2017 when that first blew up. And I ain't looked at it since until just a couple of days ago. So I transferred my shit. I downloaded the app you was talking about. I transferred my Litecoin into that. And now I'm looking at, like you was talking about earlier, trying to, get some more shit, like the Chainlink.
Chainlink is I'm telling you, Chainlink is a good one. Last year when I got involved with it, under $1, 80 some cents, and reached before the Roni was up to $22. Had taken a meteoric rise, and then the Roni hit and everything tanked. Bitcoin went from 20,000 down to 3,800, and then immediately started tracing back up. So if you caught the dip, congratulations, man. I caught the Link dip. I was able to grab like 25 of them because it was absolutely nothing, and I was just like, well, I got some money right now. And this is very beginning in the Roni before everybody was able to adjust to what's happening. So I was always actively adjusting. So just like yourself, the Roni's been pretty good to me, man. I've been able to navigate through it properly. So Nexo's a good one because they give you a return on just allowing your shit to sit there. And if you're not an active day trader, then why not get a return on it?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I've had this Litecoin sitting on because I was using you heard of Exodus?
Yeah, like a cold wallet.
Yeah, I had an Exodus on my laptop. I was like, it's just been chilling there for like 3 years, not doing nothing. I could have been making interest the last 3 years.
Yeah, so Nexo's a good one. And in Coinbase, the stable coins, they give you a return on. So
yeah, I seen that because I just went and re-downloaded that app too the other night to look into. I was getting back into it the last couple of days since you've been talking about it.
Well, see the good thing the good thing that you can do is there'll be a big purple banner on the homepage somewhere down. About 60% down, and it will say learn and earn.
I tried that. I'm like on a waiting list. I gotta wait for
sign up for all of them. They will email you. The second they email you, better hop in because there's only so many coins and people jump on them.
That's what I said. Yeah, I went through all of them.
Dude, it is so easy. The questions, you get to learn. They will teach you, and it's smart to watch the videos and be like, oh shit, this is what a stable coin does. Now I get it. Now I can utilize this in my investment strategy and whatnot. So, and then they pay you. And all I did is take all those free coins from all that learn and earn, which is about $170 some once you do it all, and just flip that to Bitcoin. And then I just been flipping up. Now I'm done flipping because the last flip cost me.
Oh shit.
And so now that it's taken off like this, I'm literally just going to hold it, and then if I can acquire more, my strategy for anybody who doesn't have investment capital, if you have Cash App and you got $10, buy some fucking Bitcoin, man. That $10 might turn into $30. It's not a whole lot, but it's better than 10. And if your money's just going to
Okay.
sit there, like, do something with it, right? So DAI on Coinbase gives you a 2% return. So what you do, and shout out to Dot, because he's the one who taught me this strategy. So if you're on Coinbase and say you invest in Link, and then it goes up, and you know that it's hit its resistance point at, say, $25, and it hits 24 and like 85 cents, and then it starts to go down. Well, that, you know that it did not broach the resistance point, and it didn't cross the automatic thresholds that people set on their auto sales of, I own this many Link, if it hits $25, sell. And then those options expire because it never hit that. So then the volume increases because now all these coins are available again, and then the price drops. So if you know that that resistance point didn't get broached, it's immediately going to drop, and then it's going to retrace because now it dropped and people jump back in. And that's how you leverage yourself up and down. So what you do, instead of selling your coin and getting money back off of it, you convert it into DAI, the stable coin that is always $1 no matter what, no matter what's
I see.
happening.
All right.
And
I see
then
what you're saying.
A, you get a 2% return while it's sitting there. And then B, there's no conversion fees within Coinbase. Going from any of their coins to DAI is free and instantaneous.
Yeah.
So then you sit it in the DAI, it doesn't cost you anything. Wait for the dip, and now rebuy with the money that you had, and now your volume goes up. For the same amount you put in, now you own more coins. So instead of selling out, because then you have to pay, they send you a tax form and shit like that, like you made this much money. Nah, stay within the system. Flip it to a stable coin, get a return on the stable coin while it's sitting there, buy the dip, and then just keep doing that. And that's how you go from a couple $100 into a couple $1,000 in a year on Bitcoin with some knowledge. And I'm just like, whoa, shit. So now,
Fuck yes.
what I did today, actually, this morning, is, Lou Banger, just hit me up, man. I'll walk anybody through it. I jumped into Binance. So now I'm graduating. I feel like Coinbase is like your first year. Like that will teach you things about other coins and cryptos and how things work, and you can really learn within that. But it is limited to about 12 to 15 different coins.
Yeah.
Binance is like a major one, and there's a couple coins that I want to invest on that I can watch on Coinbase that I can't buy. And I've been watching them since they were fractions of a penny, and now they're worth something. I'm just like, damn it, I'm late on it. So I signed up for Binance so that I can now invest in a couple coins that aren't available on Coinbase. And what I behoove anybody to do is whenever President Harris and Grandpa Hair Sniffer drops this $2,000 stimulus check, you better turn that $2,000 into something instead of spending it.
Yeah.
So if you guys want some advice, the two that I'm looking at they're called VeChain and Ontology. All right, VeChain is a blockchain that deals with stock tracking. So not stocks, but like if you have a good that you manufacture, even if it's like if you're a farmer and you grow corn or whatever, the blockchain allows you to put an RFID marker on every single ear of corn from the moment it's grown until it's in a store. So you never lose any products and you can track everything. All right. So once they really figure that one out, every single thing that has stock and product and whatnot is going to end up using their blockchain. It's going to take off. So now VeChain's about 58 cents a share, or a coin. It was like 0.00002 when I first learned about it. All right. The other one is Ontology. Ontology deals with medical coding and billing. Dude, it's like $1 trillion industry. If they figure out how to work that through the blockchain, every hospital and medical field on the planet is going to use that one. So the other one is Link, and I constantly talk about Link because Elon Musk hangs out with Larry Ellison, people. If Tesla uses Link, it's over. Link might actually end up bigger than Bitcoin in the future.
Was that like LINK?
Yeah, it's called Chainlink.
Oh, Chainlink. All right, yeah, I got what you're talking about.
Yeah, Chainlink is Oracle's blockchain.
Yeah, I remember you saying something about that the other night. I forgot to write this shit down. Making noise said VeChain, Ontology, and Chainlink, right?
Yeah, Chainlink is Oracle's blockchain, and Oracle is most of the software on the fucking planet, dude. So
Yeah, the whole VR shit.
all of
is
that.
Oracle,
So
right? Yeah.
Elon Musk has been hanging out with Larry Ellison. I think they're having discussions, which means it is going to, as soon as Elon, the second he says, this is what I'm fucking with, I promise you it will go up 1,000% in one day.
I bet. I just seen today they said he's like the richest person or whatever.
Exactly.
He's,
He's
like
over.
billionaire
Yeah, he's
or whatever.
overtaken everybody. So this is what he did the other day. So Elon has always shitted on Bitcoin, right? He's always shitted on it. So the other day, I think he was just playing with people, just testing to see how well he does actually move the needle, because he's smart like that.
Oh, I seen the little meme or whatever he posted.
So he says, nah, fuck with Dogecoin. Well, Dogecoin is a fake coin. It was started as an absolute meme and a fake coin. It never had any value. There's no value to it. It doesn't perform any function. The second he said, fuck with Dogecoin, that shit went up like 114% in literally a microsecond and shot up from nothing to like, actually valuable. I think he was just testing it to see how much he can move the needle, because when he actually does jump into something, now he sees how effective it really will be. Dude, I'm telling you, whichever one it is, that's it. That's it. And that's my old roommate is the one who put me on the link. That's all he ever talked about. Just because he got on the link before Oracle adopted it. And when Oracle popped on, he was like, dude, this is it. This thing is going to take off. And it went from like nothing up to $20 in that same year. So
yeah, I remember you was talking about Chainlink a couple months ago when I first started tuning into your lives.
yeah, man, that one's. I'm just trying to give everybody, like, put them on to this, because literally they are going to eliminate the financial world as it exists, and it is going to move into a digital realm. So if you know this is going to happen, just get ahead of yourself. Because I don't, honestly, dude, this is my fear. Whenever they're like, all right, paper money's over, we're switching to digital, are they going to give you a 1-to-1 return? Every dollar you own, is it going to turn into one digital dollar, or does everyone start at zero? Does the dollar crash and everyone's in a hustle to try to convert it? And then, how is this actually going to work? Nobody knows. Yeah. So just be ahead of it. That's why I'm just like, yo, fuck all this money that I got. If I don't need it, I'm going to convert it into the future of money. Even if I don't gain anything off of it, I know that I won't lose.
Yeah, because if it's all going to that anyways, it's better to have it beforehand than it skyrockets and you won't even get what you could have got or whatever once they figure out how all that works out.
I look at it.
They ain't going to lose money. They're going to make you lose money to convert your paper into it or your bank account, whatever it is.
Oh, we'll give you 80 cents on the dollar or whatever, It's like, well, shit, if you would have been ahead of it, you would get a 1-to-1, I look at it like college textbooks. College books are outrageously expensive, right? At the end of the year, you go to and try to sell them back at the bookstore, dude. If you're not like the first 5 people of that book, they don't even buy any of them. They only want to have so many used ones in the bookstore because they want people to have to buy the new ones. Yeah. And on top of that, I was a bio major. All my books were huge and like $300 each. Dude, when I would go to sell them back, they'd give you like $9.
What? That's crazy.
And I always was just like, yo, I apply that thought method to like, yo, the conversion rate in the future, they might really try to bankrupt everybody and be like, this is the best we can do.
Make it like the Hunger Games type of world, some shit. That's what I've seen plenty theories and stuff trying to go to that type of society.
I mean, they didn't put it.
Better like
they ain't put that in movies and make them the biggest movies on the planet for nothing, dude.
No, not at all. That and like you seen the Divergent movie where they had like different little whatever them type of movies or some of them shits. Like that's where it's trying to go to.
I mean, they've never been wrong. All the movies in the 80s are now happening now. So, like, just know that Hollywood is a propaganda machine and an assimilation outputter. So just learn to read it for what it is. Yeah, I love watching movies, dude. The shits are dope, man. I love to be entertained and, like, escape from this physical plane for a couple hours and whatnot, dude. It's awesome. But at the same time, right. I also know I'm only there to be entertained and, Well, with the Marvel movies, I'm not there to be entertained. I'm there to go see what the fuck Stan Lee put hidden in the background of all these shits.
Yeah, I be doing that a lot of times when I'm watching movies. I'm like checking out the backgrounds and halfway watching it, but really looking in the background, looking at the little subtle things.
Oh, you just sparked a
Why is
memory.
that there?
So another thing that little blind mystic said, everyone will have red money.
Red money.
So the reason I find this significant, speaking of assimilation through Hollywood, have you ever seen Total Recall?
Nah, but it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, right?
Yeah, from the
I never watched it, but I know what you're talking about.
fucking classic, dude. It's probably his second best movie behind the first Conan. Right? So in the movie, there's a scene where he has to remove a probe that has been inserted into his head. But his past self like left him a message explaining that there's one in there and all the tools to get it out and all this shit, blah, blah, blah. Gave him passports, identification, whatever their version of money is, all this stuff in a case. They remake the movie. Colin Farrell is now Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie, right? And me and P are watching this movie. And they get to the exact same scene, because it's literally a remake. They didn't reimagine. They just went shot for shot, basically. And they get to that exact same scene. And when Colin Farrell opens up the briefcase, same scenario. He's got to pull the probe out of his head. There's passports. There's money, a gun, food, a phone or communication device, whatever they're fucking using. And my mind caught it. And I was just like, yo, stop that, rewind that. He's just like, what? I'm just like, yo, go back. And we went and we paused it. And it's literally, dude, the money, he grabs the money and tosses it. So it just... First of all, you can already guess what color that money was.
Right, red.
It was red. Now, I didn't even draw that comparison until you just sparked that fucking, because I be high, man.
I know. I ain't really smoke much because of my job. Yeah, I smoke here and there, but not like I used to.
So when you paused it, guess what the money said? The World Bank of London, and guess who was on it?
No.
Obama. I'm not making it up. Go watch the movie and pause it at that scene for yourself.
Yo. I'm about to watch that shit.
Yeah, so it blew my fucking mind because I was just like, oh, see, they did it. They did. Look, P, look at that. And he was just like, yo, I don't even know how you caught that. I just only caught it because it was red. Like when they grabbed the money, it was red. And I was just like, my mind instantly was like, I wonder whose face is on it. And went back and look it up, and it's fucking Obama, and it says the World Bank of London or England. I can't really remember. I think it's London, but it might be England because England would be the entire crown, and London's just a city, so it makes more sense that it would say England. But yeah, man, you gotta check that shit out, yo. It's fucking trippy. So, well, fuck, it's like 6:50. The Dour hours be going way longer than an hour. I do know that, but that's cool because this shit is dope, man. I like doing this. It is
Fuck yeah.
it's cool. So, yo, homie, I appreciate you coming through, stopping
Yeah,
by
no
and
doubt,
talking
man.
with me and whatnot, and stay safe out there, and get on your crypto, baby. If you
Push. That's what I'm about to do here in a minute.
if you're doing good, yo. So I'm also looking at, for you, those of you who are really into the shit, since Bitcoin itself has become so valuable, the old unused mining rigs are only like $100. Now, mind you, their output is only like $2.50 a day. But you can't look at the dollar amount. I just look at all I have to do is plug this machine into the wall and it gives me whatever $2.50 is, and that many Bitcoin units per day. Because if it was 20,000 last year and it's 40,000 today, you can only look at an upward trend as more Fortune 500 companies, investment banks, and hedge funds adopt hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin at a time. That it's only going to continue going up and up, because the point is there's only 22.1 million of them in existence. And that's all there ever will be. Once they hit the last blockchain at 22.1 million, you can't even mine anymore. It's pre-programmed in so that there is scarcity. That way inflation could never exist. So who cares if it's only 250 today? I don't give a fuck about today. I'm looking at a couple years in the future. Say you let that shit run for a year and it costs you 5 cents a day in electricity, which that's the going rate that it said. Dude, you could have made like, $50,000 in Bitcoin value by just buying this little machine and letting it run.
No doubt.
So those exist, and there are also other mining rigs. And since I'm so hardcore into Chainlink and its inevitable explosion, I'm also talking to a homie about investing in an actual Link mining rig and like getting into it, because it's not about what it's worth now. This is literally investing into the future, which at some point in your life, you got to start doing. I live by the 24 hours of today that exist type of human being. That movie with Justin Timberlake, Out of Time.
I've been meaning, man, I still got to watch. I'm glad you say that shit. I've been meaning to watch that one.
Yeah, their life is on their arm, and however much time they got, time is the currency. If you want to buy a cup of coffee, it costs you a couple minutes or whatever. And it's like you got to keep re-ing up and whatnot so that you can continue to exist. Dude, that shit always stuck with me. I was like, that's the fucking dopest shit ever, because time is our only currency. And I always lived by that 24-hour window, but now that I'm 40 and I actually reached into my 4th decade of existence, I'm just like, well, shit, maybe I'm going to be here longer than I thought, so I might want to start building in case I am here longer. And I sure as fuck don't want to work for nobody else. I like working for myself.
Right? Trying to get like that one day. Trying to be like self-sustained. Own some like land and some solar panels and some shit.
Well, I will give you a nugget on... the movie's called Total Recall. So I will give you a nugget on that before I log off here and then go hang out with my dog. And I think I'm going to do the first episode, if I get rid of this headache, the first episode of Beat Boutique tonight. To where if you're working on music, everybody, just send it to me. We'll listen to it live. I will give you advice and try to help you out with it and whatnot. Shit like that. I might do that tonight. But anyway, once you get up there and you can really, and you say you're like, well, I might be able to make another move. The state of Oklahoma is literally paying people to move there and become weed growers and giving away land if you dedicate your land to their state crops, because like their rules out there are way different. They're way different out there with their league, how they've said it. I got a homie that works in the industry that was part of the legislation writing process. So that's the only way I know about all this shit. He just called me the other day. He was just like, dude, they are literally, if people move out there here, they will buy you a couple acres if you say that you will be, a farmer and whatnot, and you're going to grow crops. And I was just like, dude, that's fucking awesome. I never thought about Oklahoma a day in my life, but boomers.
Yeah, you'll never hear nobody say that state.
Yeah, boomer sooner. Jesus. So, I appreciate your time, homie. I'm going to go do some shit, and I guess I will see you guys later on tonight. I'll post it on Instagram if I'm going to do something, or as always, I'm just going to pop up and just start going live. So I guess if the notification thing actually works, I don't fucking know if it even works because of the type of shit I be talking about. I guess, click that shit so that it'll let you know when I'm on. All the shit that I'm subscribed to, dude, like the channels I watch, even I hit the notification thing, it never lets me know when they're live. Like
I'm the same way.
The Pat McAfee show, I watch it every single day at noon. It is the funniest sports show that has ever existed. That dude is fucking hilarious. And he went to WVU, so, I'm all about that shit. Dude, every day from noon to 3 it's on. I never get a notification when it's live. And even when I know it's live and I go to his page, it's not even the first thing. I actually have to go and look in his shit to go get it. And it's just like,
yep.
I watch this show every fucking day and I still have to go find it. So, that's why I do utilize the Instagram stories function, people, because that's how I notify people that I'm doing shit. It's about the best way I can figure out. So, until then, RIPP 333. I appreciate it, homie, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Later. So, let's make sure that YouTube doesn't try to hamstring me with another unsolicited stream and whatnot. So I'll see you guys later on tonight, I think. So I appreciate it. It's been another Dour Hour.